You are life.
You are now listening to the Q&E podcast.
Is this what you want? Huh? Is this what you want? Well, come and get it, goddammit!
What's up, everybody? You're listening to the Q&E podcast. You are here with your boy Q Hicks right now. And I got Edgar on the other line. Edgar, tell the people what's good.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Q&E podcast. We got a lot to talk about today, man. The NBA play-in is right around the corner just before the playoffs. Gas shortage in America right now. I don't know if it's 100% true or not true at all. We got the NFL schedules that just came out for all the teams. It's a lot to dive into today, man.
Yes, sir. But y'all already know for the first segments of the Q&E podcast, we have our sports segment, our 2 Wild Wednesday. Social media wants to know, entertainment, and also pass the ox. So definitely stick with us throughout our whole session. And y'all already know every Thursday at 9 a.m. we are on Dash Radio's Nothing But Net channel. We are the Q&E radio, so definitely check us out. We just dive into way more NBA stuff over there, just go way more in depth. So definitely check us out on Dash Radio. Now let's dive into some 2021 NFL season predictions, bro. So Edgar, you got the schedule in front of you. What games are sticking out to you? And you can just go through the whole schedule, not the whole schedule, but what games are sticking out to you?
What game's sticking out to me? Week 1 obviously is sticking out to me right now because that's the one most people are talking about. I'll say the biggest matchup I'm looking forward to from week 1 is the Dolphins and the Patriots. The Dolphins have gotten so much better, and with the addition of Jalen Waddle, Tua got a year under his belt. That defense is crazy, and you got Cam coming back with the Patriots. They've been adding some a couple more additions to help him out, so that's going to be a great game. I feel the Steelers and the Bills in week 1, that's going to be a great game. The Browns and the Chiefs honestly might be the most surprising game of week 1, in my opinion. We all know how that playoff series went when the Browns went further than expected this previous season and gave the Chiefs a run for their money. Granted, the Chiefs still did end up winning, but I feel like the Browns and the Chiefs, the Steelers and the Bills, and the Dolphins and the Patriots are my week 1 favorites.
Another game that I'm really looking forward to in week 1 is that Rams versus Chicago game, because I want to see how Matt Stafford comes out with his new team. It's like we done heard everything about Matt Stafford at this point. Is he really going to be that guy with the Rams? And I feel like going up against a stout defense in Detroit is going to be one hell of a matchup for his first game with the team. So I feel like this is going to give us a good barometer of how good is Matt Stafford. Like, you have the pieces now. Like, there's no excuses for Matt Stafford, bro. You have to win if you're Matt Stafford, and I feel like that's a good barometer with that Chicago game. And it's gonna be interesting to see who starts for Chicago as well. If they're going with Andy Dalton or Justin Fields, bro. I'm trying to go through Chicago's schedule to see if they should start Justin Fields, because I see their schedule they have the Rams first game, Cincinnati, Cleveland, Detroit, Vegas, Green Bay. Do you think it's best for Chicago to start Justin Fields from day 1?
No, I feel like you should start off Andy Dalton at first, and the moment you start seeing red flags with Andy Dalton, then go ahead and put Justin Fields in, because the beginning of their schedule is very tough. You got, like you said, you start off with the Rams. That's a very tough game that I wouldn't start Jalen Hurts with. Not Jalen Hurts, but Justin Fields with. Cincinnati, easy dub. Andy Dalton's old team. I feel like that'll be a good game, but I feel like he should start that. After that, you got Cleveland, and after Detroit, you play Vegas, and then you play Green Bay.
These games are kind of winnable. These games are kind of winnable for the Bears. They got the defense now, bro. They got the defense.
But you want a rookie?
Cincinnati is a dub. Detroit is a dub. Bro, Vegas is a toss-up.
You got Vegas, Green Bay, Tampa, San Francisco, and Pittsburgh. That's 5 tough road games back. Not even all road games, but 5 games back to back.
I feel like by this point in time, anyway, we're going to have to see him. I don't think it's going to take half of the season to get Justin Fields. I don't think it's going to take half the season to get Justin Fields in there. So I think even though it's going to be tough, but they look like they have not a bye week, but he could come in after that bye week in week 10 again. But it's still, they have a tough schedule, honestly. They have a tough schedule all the way through. So I would not be mad at them for starting him from day one. Get his feet wet with those first couple of W's with Cincinnati and with Detroit, and you got Las Vegas. Those all are winnable games, bro. Green Bay, you don't know who's going to be their quarterback next year. Like, come on, bro. I think the first set of games for Chicago looking pretty stout, bro.
But I don't see Andy Dalton lasting that long, though. That's why I say it's okay to start Dalton, because we know the moment, like the same situation it was like with I can't think of it right now off the top of my Carson Wentz and Jalen Hurts. The moment you see Carson Wentz playing terrible, insert Jalen Hurts. I'm pretty sure we will see Justin Fields way before week 8 or 9, but saying that he's going to start before week 7 or 8, like, I don't know about that, just because of how tough their schedule gets before the bye week comes. That's all I'm saying. Now, after the bye week and in the latter half of the season, okay, yeah, I can see him starting from that point, especially if Dalton plays bad. But Andy Dalton has to be your starting quarterback from week 1 to at least week 8 to 9.
So how are you feeling about the Champions schedule, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? They got Dallas in their first game. They have Atlanta, the Rams, New England with the rematch, Tom Brady going back to Foxborough. They have Miami, Philly. They schedule look for the Bucs. The schedule look kind of mid. Like, I feel like they can easily run through this schedule. Yeah. So how you feeling right now?
The moment I looked at it, I literally looked at the schedule for no more than 10 seconds, and I said we're losing no more than 3 to 4 games easily.
So you feeling way more confident than last season? You feeling way more confident than last season?
No, last season I said 5. I said 11-5. And we went 11-5 with almost the exact same wins and losses that I predicted. And this year, I feel like it's almost the same. I already memorized like the teams I think we'll lose to. The Rams might be an L. The Dolphins might be an L. Who else? Might split with the Saints just because it's the Saints. And who's that other team? Oh, the Bills. Other than that, we should not lose to any of those other teams.
I think Atlanta going to surprise y'all.
I'll say 12-4 or I'll say 12-4 or 13 well, no, we got 16 games now. So I say what 13 and what's 7? 13-4 or 12-5 or something like that, since we got 17 games now.
Yeah, it is 17 games now. Yeah. It's like the whole NFC South got a pretty easy schedule, the whole conference. I mean, whole division, even though they have to play each other. The game's not that tough. I think Carolina's going to be a sleeper team to me. They have the Jets, New Orleans, and I think they're going to be much improved with Sam Darnold at quarterback. They have the wide receiving pieces. They have the running back in Christian McCaffrey, and I think that's an improving defense, especially with the pickup of J.C. Horn. You have somebody like Brian Burns. You have Gross Matos. You have Jeremy Chin, who was a Rookie of the Year candidate last year. Look out for Carolina next season, bro. I'm telling y'all. If I think we get the Sam Darnold that I think we're getting, trust me, Carolina is going to be a sleeper team. It could be that team that you could see in the playoffs. They're going to definitely be the surprise team, in my opinion. That's what I'm looking at. Who else do you see? What other team is sticking out to you right now?
What other team? Let me see. Bear with us, y'all. These schedules just came out. So I'm excited for San Francisco. Their schedule is pretty tough, but I'm excited to see what they'll do fully healthy and with who do they draft? What's his name? Trent.
Hey.
Yeah. I'm
looking at Denver right now. I'm looking at Denver's schedule right now. They have the Giants, Jacksonville, the Jets, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Las Vegas, Cleveland. Them boys can high-key get off to a 6-2 start. And if they get Aaron Rodgers, which that is the place that he wants to go. If Denver gets Aaron Rodgers with this schedule, obviously you have to play Kansas City twice because they're in the same division. But this schedule is not hard. Cincinnati, Las Vegas twice, you got Indianapolis on here, Washington, Dallas. Boy, you got a lot of easy games. It looks like they're playing the NFC East too. And the NFC East, I don't think will be that good. You know what I'm saying? The Eagles, Dallas, whatever, Giants, whatever. But I think Denver, if they get Aaron Rodgers, the schedule pretty cake for them, bro. I'm telling you. If they get Aaron Rodgers, I think we can be looking at a 14-3 season, my boy. A couple of losses to the Chiefs, maybe. But I'm looking at Denver's schedule, bro. If they get Rodgers, man, they're going to have a great season, bro. great season. Looking at their schedule.
Yeah, San Francisco's schedule pretty tough, but I feel like if everybody's healthy, they definitely could win a good 80% of their games, even with it being as tough as it is. Whether Jimmy G starts or they have the rookie starting, either or.
I really want to get the answer of why is NFL schedule release days such a big deal to people, bro. I feel like when NBA releases or when the NBA releases their schedule, it's not like this at all. Like we just be chilling when we get our schedules, but it's like a whole big deal when we get schedules for NFL. Like, why is that?
Because the NBA is like 82 games. Like you're not going to sit there and look at a full 82 game schedule with the least number of games that the NFL has compared to other sports. Like you could be way more excited with the NFL because you can see the entire schedule and it'll take less than just a few minutes for you to go through each game and figure out who's going to have what record by the end. And that's including like, even if you put the playoffs in, that's still way less than the NBA, way less than the MLB, way less than hockey. You know, so the fact that the NFL is only 16, 17 games for a regular season, you can be way more excited about that.
Yeah, I definitely is making pages where people they having shows for it. They're making shows for the NFL schedule release. I'm like, damn, like I've never seen anything else like this for at least a schedule release. But it's like this every year for the schedule.
I ain't really mad about the week 1 hype and stuff like that, but I do agree. I feel like it's too early to be hype about it. Like
because you don't even know what your team gonna look like for real. Like is your team really gonna be the team you think it is?
We still gotta have off-season free agency and all of that stuff. Like we still haven't like it still might be some. Oh yeah, that's right. We already have free agency. My bad. But we still gotta have like a whole week 1 prep time, like, and I feel like it's gonna not be as hype by the time it comes when it's supposed to happen because everybody's having it now, like 2-3 months after the Super Bowl. Like, I feel like no, wait till August to like really start hyping this shit up.
Because I'm not surprised that Dallas fans who get excited at any little thing are excited over getting the schedule. Because it's Dallas fans. They're delusional. They probably think they were going to win the Super Bowl this year. So I'm not surprised that they will be going crazy. But all fan bases are going crazy about this shit. I'm just like, I don't know how I feel about that. But looking at New England's schedule, I'm looking at most of these schedules, bro. And, man, New England's schedule ain't bad, bro. They have Miami first week, Jets, New Orleans. Tough game against Tampa Bay, but then you got Houston, Dallas, Jets, Chargers, Carolina, tough one against Cleveland, Atlanta, Tennessee, Buffalo, Indianapolis, Buffalo again, Jacksonville, and then Miami. So the back half, they have a couple of tough games, but the first look like 10 games. Look like some cakewalks, boy.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Other than Tampa Bay and Cleveland, and maybe the Chargers. I'm like, and Miami gonna be a tough one too. But bro, they should be 7-3, 6-4 by the 10-game mark. They should be 7-3, 10-4.
From my faith in Cam, I'll give you the nod on that.
It don't matter. It honestly don't matter who the quarterback is.
Looking at the whole Patriots team, no, I'm not gonna say that. Like Miami, that's gonna be a tough week 1. New Orleans, no, it should be a dub. It should be. Don't be surprised if they lose now. It should be a dub.
And then you got Tampa.
Then you got Tampa.
Okay, so you're giving us 3. So you're giving us 3-0 then. Because we beating the Jets and we beating New Orleans. No Drew Brees. That's dub. Continue.
I'm saying y'all can beat Miami. Don't just say that's a cake game though. Don't just act like y'all.
I didn't say it was a cake game, but that's definitely a dub though. We're gonna split with Miami. We always lose the back game to Miami. We don't lose that first game to Miami. We lose the second game to Miami. So we're going to split with Miami, though.
Out of the first 10 games, I'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7
right,
out of the first 10 games.
You're taking it too far.
7 out of the first 10 games it's going to be hard as fuck for them to win. I'm telling you right now.
I don't know what the hell it is now.
I'm not saying
Dallas going to be a tough game, then nah.
With a healthy,
you think Dallas going to be Houston? You think Houston going to be a tough game? I don't even think Deshaun playing next season.
No,
Houston not going to be a tough. New Orleans,
I didn't count Houston
with no Drew Brees.
New Orleans,
the Jets. Come on, bro.
I didn't count any of the teams.
Like
you're
I
saying.
said, this is my expectations. This is my expectations for the Patriots. If they are not 6-4 and 7-3 by the first 10 games, hey, and like I said, it don't matter who quarterback. They can have Matt Jones, Cam Newton. It don't matter. What I'm looking at right now, they need to be 6-4, 7-3 by the 10-game mark.
Okay,
facts. What I'm looking at right now.
I'm telling y'all, don't be shook if Miami get that dub. Don't be shook if they have a hard time beating New Orleans. Don't be shook if they lose to Dallas. Don't be shook by any of that now. You forgot.
We got people. They got people returning, and they got the greatest coach of all time. And that's why I'm so confident. That's why I'm so confident, bro. That even with it, don't matter who the quarterback is, if they bench Cam or whatever. Either way, I'm that confident and Bill Belichick that he's winning these first games.
Okay. No, I'm just saying now, don't just complete. I agree. The Jets, that's a dub. Houston, that's a dub. I agree with that. Like the real trash teams, I agree with. But the teams that they might or might not win against, don't just count that as an easy dub now. That's why I ain't do that with Tampa. I ain't just count Miami as an easy dub. I feel like that's going to be a tough game. We should win, but I won't be shocked if we lose it. Like, that's how I look at certain games. I don't look at Miami like that's just a dub.
Nah, I see dubs. All right, man. I think that's really it. Well, anybody else stick out to you?
No, that's it so far. I gotta look more in depth later with certain teams.
Yeah, we're gonna go revisit this next week, go through some more teams. But for right now, with the schedule just coming out, those are the first couple of teams that I'm seeing, bro. The big teams. Kansas City gonna do what Kansas City does. It really don't matter who they play, in my opinion. So I'm not really looking too deep into their schedule. You don't know who Green Bay quarterback is going to be next season, so I don't know how much I want to look into theirs. So nobody else really sticks out to me right now, so we can definitely move on. All right, let's move on to the NBA playoff picture. So right now, the play-in is probably the most exciting piece of the playoff picture right now because of how the Lakers have been playing and how Steph Curry has been playing. If the playoffs were to start right now, the Lakers and Steph Curry and the Warriors will be the 7-8 game for the play-in tournament, which would be crazy. And how it's looking in the East, I really think that Washington can make a run in this playoffs. I mean a run where they're beating the number 1 seed in Philly. Like, that's how good I'm feeling about the Washington Wizards recently.
I agree.
Bro. That's how good I'm feeling about the Washington Wizards. So how do you feel about the playoff picture right now? And if the playoffs were to start today, what matchups are sticking out to you?
If the playoffs were to start today, not counting the play-in or anything like that, if the Lakers secure the 7th and the Warriors secure the 8th seed and the playoffs started today, I would pick the Jazz to win against the Warriors in that first series, but that would be a tough-ass series because Donovan Mitchell is still out. It's still no telling how long he's still going to be out. Mike Conley, I think, is still out at the moment. So Utah is going through some injury situations. So if it started now,
you know you want to say it, bro. Say it, bro. Say it.
What?
Say it.
Say what?
Golden State beating Utah? Yes,
I'm saying, I wouldn't be surprised due to injury. Yeah, due to injury. But if Utah was fully healthy by the time the playoffs started, I'm giving Utah that nod over Golden State. I'm telling you right now.
But you ain't going to get the same Donovan Mitchell, though, bro. The same thing Braun going through with the high ankle sprain. You're not going to be 100% by this season. So we're going to see that same Donovan Mitchell who was killing earlier in the season. That's tough.
85, 90% Donovan Mitchell with the rest of everybody else healthy on Utah, I got faith in over the Warriors. As long as you can just keep it to where Steph the only one snapping, if you can shut off Andrew Wiggins, shut off James Wiseman, neutralize Draymond Green with facilitating. If you could cut everybody else off, then hey, Steph could go for
sounds 60
like a tough
job.
I'm not giving them.
That sounds like a tough job.
60. I'm just what Larry Bird said about Jordan. Hey, we can't stop Jordan, but we can stop everybody else. That's the mentality you need when playing the Warriors right now. Don't try to stop Steph Curry. I've been seeing literally 3 to 4 people guarding Steph Curry at the 3-point line during the last bit of this season right now because he's going crazy. That's stupid as hell. Y'all cannot stop that man. Stop everybody else. That's how you beat the Warriors right now. Steph gonna go for 60 if he want to go for 60. The goal is to neutralize everybody else. And if Utah was to play the Warriors in the first round, that's what they would have to do.
I think, that's gonna be tough, bro. And it's interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see if the Lakers even get into this play-in. Like, could Mavericks slip back? Because it's really close right now, 5 through 7 in the West. It's only one game separating 5 and 7. You got the Blazers at 5, Mavericks at 6, and the Lakers at 7. So the Lakers could move out of that play-in. It just depends on how they play the last few games. But if everything stays the same, bro, like, I think the Lakers beating the Suns. If Bron comes back, and we're gonna get into that conversation because once again, how is Bron going to play? He's sitting out all these games. Vogel said that he's good enough to play, but LeBron, is he not trusting that ankle? Does he not feel like he's prepared enough to play until it's playoff time? It's like we don't know how Bron feels right now, and is he going to be the same Bron in the playoffs? And this is why I said last week that this will be the season where AD flips it and he will become the best player. Not taking anything else away from LeBron. LeBron will still be the system, but we will see that leap, and AD will be the aggressor on offense and the one taking the big shots for this team. I feel really confident about that. LeBron is not going to be 100% until next season. So AD will have to be that guy, bro. I'm telling you, AD will have to be that guy. And I feel like it will flip and it will be like that. This will be like the passing of the torch season for them. I'm really confident in that theory right now.
I agree. Let's look at the East.
Yes, sir.
In the East right now, shout out to what Fred said. He said his hometown Hornets. I was just finna say, don't be surprised if the Hornets actually pull through and make it. I know we was just talking about the Wizards because I definitely can see the Wizards making it, especially with the run Russell Westbrook has been on. But the way LaMelo has come back from injury and got the Hornets in a playoff position, I feel like they could definitely make some noise in the first round. They wouldn't win. Obviously, the 76ers will definitely get that. But just the fact that they would make it, that would be exciting to me. And to see Melo in his first season overcome an injury and play in the playoffs, that would just be exciting to me. So that's why I would be excited for round one. But outside of that, I'm excited for the Knicks. The Knicks done dropped to 6 while the Heat have jumped to 4. So they basically switch spots. But I still feel like the Knicks, whoever they play in the playoffs, they have a strong chance to win a playoff series. So that's how I'm feeling about the East right now.
How I'm looking at it is in the 7 and 8 matchup, which will be the Celtics versus the Hornets. I think the Hornets beat the Celtics. How the Celtics are playing, the Celtics are playing terrible. So I will have the Hornets beating them, and they will be the 7th seed. 9 versus 10, I got the Wizards, and then the Wizards will play the Celtics. And I have the Wizards beating the Celtics as well. So the Celtics wouldn't even make the playoffs, and the Wizards would slide into that 8th seed. So I think the Wizards will play the 76ers in that first round. And like I said before, I think that series is going 7. I think that is at least going 7. Do I want to push it to the edge and say they will win? I don't think I'm
against Philly.
Yeah. I don't know.
It ain't crazy to say that.
I think Russell Westbrook pushes it to 7, him and Bradley Beal, but I don't think they can win the series over the 76ers, bro. But I think it will really be close, though. I honestly think it will really be close. And like you said about the Nets and the Hornets, the Nets definitely winning that. And it's going to be interesting to see how 4 through 6 falls out because everybody with the Heat, the Hawks, and the Knicks is all tied at 38 and 31. So we don't know how everything is going to fall right now. But if everything stays the same, is the Knicks beating? The Knicks ain't beating the Bucks. Knicks ain't beating the Bucks. I don't see it. But I wouldn't want to play the Hawks if I'm the Heat, though. I really wouldn't want to play the Hawks. I would rather play the Bucks than the Hawks if I'm the Heat.
But why you say that? Because if this was yesterday when the Knicks were 4 and the Heat were 6, I got the Knicks beating the Hawks like easily. So I feel like the same. I feel the same way. No, what I'm saying, I feel the same way about the Heat beating the Hawks. I feel the same as that way. I feel whether it's the Heat at 4 or the Knicks at 4, whether it's the Heat at 4 or the Knicks at 4, either one of them beating the Hawks.
No, I don't like that matchup for the Heat. Like the Hawks, bro, when they have all of their talent with Lou Williams, like in that last game we played them, it was like in late April. Like the Heat couldn't stop them boys. Like Lou Williams was catching fire. Gallinari was catching fire. I don't like that matchup for the Heat. And I think the Heat were fully healthy in that game. I don't like the matchup with the Hawks since they got this new coach. Before when they had Lloyd Pierce, it was like, okay, I'll play the Hawks because Lloyd Pierce ain't ready for prime time. But they got Nate McMillan. So with the coaching upgrade and with the talent going to be back by playoff time, I don't want to play the Hawks. I would rather play the Bucks because what we seen last season. We had the Bucks game plan. Even though they have Drew Holiday, I feel more confident about the Bucks and going against them rather than the Hawks, bro. It's just so unknown with them, and they have so many explosive pieces on that team that you really don't know who is going to go crazy on any given night when you know with the Bucks. So that's why I said if it's a 4-5 Heat versus Hawks, I'm worried if I'm the Heat. I'm worried, honestly.
Do you still feel like they can win, even if it would be a series you worried about? Or do you feel like it's worrisome, like they might actually lose the shit?
Yeah, I think it's worrisome that they will lose the shit. I don't mean this is a 7-game series. This is a 7-game series, Heat Hawks. Like, that's how good I don't think the people have been watching the Hawks. I know they just started catching fire that back half of the season, but man, if y'all have been watching the Hawks, I mean, Bogdanovich has been going crazy. Lou Williams was such a great pickup for that team because that off the bench scoring is exactly what they needed from the point guard position. You already got Trae Young. Capella gonna do what Capella do. John Collins. It's just so much talent, bro. It's just like, man, even when you don't expect it, that one person like a Gallinari who's coming off the bench can give you 30. Like, man,
right.
You ain't got to worry about that with the Bucks. Like, you know, the 3 scorers on that team, you ain't got to worry about that. But with the Hawks, they just have so much talent. Where I think if this can go to 7 and the Hawks can win, like that's how worried I am about the Hawks, bro. And what else do you see?
Other than that, I agree with the Celtics. Let's just talk about the Celtics real quick. I feel like if Washington was to play them, they'll definitely be knocked out. I wouldn't be surprised if the Hornets somehow pull something out their ass and beat the Celtics. Because Jaylen Brown, Jaylen Brown is out for the rest of the season. So we've talked about this before. What if a situation comes where Jason Tatum is traded or he leaves, or opposite with Jaylen Brown, he's traded or he leaves? We're going to get that picture now with Jaylen Brown being hurt, and now it's just Jason Tatum running the show. Yeah, Kemba is still there. The other pieces are still there. But now it's kind of solely on Jason Tatum how the momentum is going to swing for the rest of the season with the Celtics. And I honestly feel like this is going to let us know how this Boston team is going to stick together or not. Because I've said it before this season even started. It was like last season. I said the Boston Celtics window for a championship is closing. And I think it is closed right now for sure. Because now that KD is actually in the East, you got to go through KD at some point in time. And that's most likely going to end up terrible for you. You got the Heat, who are just always in the picture somehow. The Knicks are coming and they're emerging and they're now a tough, gritty team. 76ers. It's 3 to 4 teams that you could look at that Boston has to go through. And it's not crazy to say that their playoff hopes are done. Like that's not crazy to say. And Brad Stevens is on the hot seat. I give him 1 to 2 more seasons to actually pull something through and at least make it to the finals. But if you can't even make it to the finals, if you're Brad Stevens in the next 2 seasons, you're out of here. So after this season, he's on the hot seat because I don't see Boston doing anything this playoff run at all.
And we were talking about it yesterday for the Dash Radio. And I said, I don't think Brad Stevens is the coach that can take them over the top. And we've seen it with coaches in the past. Like, teams have talent, like, because Boston is talented. I don't care how much Boston fans want to bash this team. Like, bro, your team has talent. Tristan Thompson, right. Kemba Walker, you got 2 of the best young stars in the league. Like, we can't act like your team does not have talent. But I don't
you got championship DNA. You got championship DNA and Tristan Thompson.
Haven't they been to like 3 straight conference finals or some shit like that? Something crazy like that. But I don't think Brad Stevens is the coach to get them over the top and have them winning championships. I don't think he's that guy. And we've seen it with some teams in the past. And the first example that pops into my mind is that Golden State and that Mark Jackson team. They felt like Mark Jackson was not the coach to put them over the top. He was somebody who got the Warriors to the second round, but it's like, we want to get better than that. We have this young nucleus of players, but we feel like we can get better. They bring in Steve Kerr, they're a championship team. I think it has to be the same thing with Boston, bro. They have to get rid of him. I don't think he can coach talent. He has not shown that he can coach talent yet.
I feel like he can, bro.
I don't think he can coach talent. I don't think he can coach talent. He has not shown that yet.
He can develop young players into becoming who they need to be. And I feel like he can have them be a great regular season team. This is probably the only regular season so far over the past 3 or 4 seasons. But that's not going to tell me anything if you're a great regular season team, though. Like, I'm not going to give you credit even in the playoffs. Even in the playoffs, they've done well. It's just when it comes down to the biggest games, Brad Stevens can't be that coach. And I don't think that's a huge knock against you when it comes to your entire coaching resume. I feel Brad Stevens is a great coach. If any trash team in the NBA got Brad Stevens as a coach, I'm looking at that team like, oh shit.
I think
in
he's
like
best.
a season
That's
or
where
two, he
he's
could
best.
be great.
That's where he's best, with developing young players. But you have talent now where you have to win big games, bro. I don't care about developing players anymore, bro. We have the talent. That's why I just said you have the talent where you should be winning games. Two of the best young stars in the league. You should be doing something with that. So the fact that he's not doing something, I just look at it like you're not doing enough. And I just always think about that team when thinking about Brad Stevens. When he had Kyrie, I don't care how y'all feel about Kyrie, but they had Kyrie, Tatum, Brown, Marcus Smart. That team was super talented and only got to the second round. What? And all that talent, and he just hasn't lived up to the expectation that the talent presents. Like, bro, the last season, there's no reason them boys shouldn't have got to the finals last season. That team was better than the Heat. The team was better than the Heat.
Oh, yeah.
Talent-wise, they were better than the Heat, but they just weren't grittier than the Heat. The Heat wanted it more. But I think they have always, the past couple of seasons, they have been the most talented team, and Brad Stevens is not the coach to get them over the top. I think if you bring somebody else in, they can probably get them over the top. I don't think Brad Stevens is the guy, though.
I think it also falls on the players a little bit as well with Foden, because like we said, the championship DNA is there. Y'all have been to Eastern Conference Finals multiple times now, you know what I'm saying? And the talent with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, y'all are definitely more than able to get to the finals. You know, so I feel like it's choking on their part as well. I don't feel like it's totally on Brad Stevens on why they haven't gotten where they need to be. But I feel anywhere else he goes, because I don't think his time in Boston is going to last any more than 2 more seasons. Anywhere he goes, he's going to do great with developing whoever he has. I just want people to know that his biggest challenge right now is getting over that last hump. And that's the only hump that Brad Stevens honestly has left. He could develop players. He's a great play caller. He knows how to manage stars in games. It's just you fall at the biggest occasions. That's the only thing left he has to check off.
Yeah. But that's the biggest fault where the team needs to get over. So if that's your one hole, but the team is at that point in their path where they need to get over the top, why are you messing around with Brad Stevens when he's shown you multiple times that he isn't that coach? So even though you say 1 to 2 more seasons, I'm just like, why waste time when there's somebody out who's a better fit than Brad Stevens for your team and can take Jason Tatum to that next level? Because honestly, even though Jason Tatum is an all-star level player, I expected more from Jason Tatum. Even though he has been playing this great, I expected even more from him. So the fact that I haven't seen that on a consistent basis, I look at the coach. You can look at, obviously you can look at Jason Tatum as well, but I look at the coach. Like, why is this guy not playing the way that I feel like he should? Because what I seen in the playoffs last season, Jason Tatum was a top 3 player in the playoffs last season, top 4 player in the playoffs last season. That nigga was eating. He was killing the Heat. The only nigga killing the Heat, him and Jaylen Brown. So I'm like, why is he not a top 10 player right now? I feel like that should have been his leap this year. He's an all-star great player, but I don't feel like he's taking that leap that I feel like I should have seen from him. And I look at Brad.
I agree.
All right, bro, let's move forward with the triple-double king conversation, man. Edgar, what was your reaction to Russell Westbrook breaking Oscar Robertson's how long has it been? Has it been 50 years?
42 years.
42-year record, bro. That shit is nuts, bro. 182.
Bro, that's crazy to me, bro. And we've been having this conversation for at least a good 2 solid weeks now. And I think I've seen a lot of people arguing about this on social media recently. I think, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna take credit for starting this. Because when I said what a lot of people think is crazy, when I said Russell Westbrook is a top 15 player all time, like, I feel like it rose a lot of conversations on where will Russell Westbrook rank when all of this is done. Like, the triple-double king, we can't overlook this. Breaking history over and over. You're not just breaking your own records now. You're breaking records that have been held for 40-plus years now, bro. You have to be in a top 15, at bare minimum, top 20 conversation when his career is all said and done. Russell Westbrook has at least 3 to 4 more solid all-star appearances left in him. He has at least 2 more seasons where I think he can average a triple-double and add on to the record. if he adds a championship to this, because I feel like he has at least 5 more years to at least add a championship. So at max, he has 5 more years to get the best of what we're seeing out of him. And I feel by the end of all this, he could definitely be a top 15 player all time. And we'll get into the debate of him and Chris Paul, but I feel he's gonna rank higher in the point guard rankings when it's all said and done too than a lot of people are expecting.
And that's tough, man. I just want to say congratulations to Russell Westbrook, bro. You made history. And then we've seen so much history been broken over the years with Steph Curry. We always going to see history be broken, but this is something that will not be touched in decades, like maybe centuries, my nigga. We're not going to see this type of feat be defeated in a long time, or if it will ever be taken down. I can't see this being taken down anytime soon by any player in the league. So 182 triple doubles, bro. We've already said it. Like, if people could do it, they would be doing it already. And we don't see players doing it like Russell Westbrook. And these aren't regular triple doubles. Like, this nigga putting up 20 points, plus 20 assists, 15 rebounds. Like, these aren't normal triple doubles, and he's doing this on a nightly basis, bro. So definitely got to show that nigga his flowers. No matter where you want to rank him in the all-time great list, bro, like, gotta get that nigga his flowers, bro. That's why when Stephen A was trying to rag on him, all these people been trying to rag on Westbrook for the past few years, just like, you got to look at what you're seeing. Like, y'all trying to grade him by the championship. Just grade that dude by his game and by his talent. Like, we're not going to see another Westbrook, bro. Somebody who plays like that. He has like an AI and a Kobe mentality when he's on the court, and he gets triple doubles like this. It don't matter if he win a championship. Just appreciate what you're seeing, bro. And I'm glad that some people are actually taking it in, and I'm glad that he got his flowers on that triple double day. And I think I got the clip too.
The fadeaway.
Yeah, so I'm definitely glad he got his flowers, bro. This is when he took down the record.
Has just surpassed
that shit crazy,
Oscar
bro.
Robertson.
Yeah, I don't think that will be taken down anytime soon, bro.
Russell Westbrook stands
NBA
there
all-time record.
A record that was titled untouchable for 47 years.
47 years. 47 years.
I thought it was 42. It was 47. That's crazy.
That's nuts, bro. So like
47 years, damn near a half a century record, bro. Come on, bro. That's historical.
Nuts. Yeah, bro. So shout out to Russell Westbrook, man. Like I said, put all that hating shit to the side, man, and get that nigga his flowers, because he definitely deserves it, man. Definitely deserves it. All right, man. And let's move on to LeBron James. We touched on him a little bit before, but LeBron James been out for a minute now. He missed 6 or 7 weeks with the ankle injury before. He came back for 1 or 2 games, and I think he re-aggravated the injury, and he's been out for the past week. So news came out from Frank Vogel that LeBron is able to play, but he's just not around. He's just not here with the team. So in the Dash Radio, I had said, is LeBron being MIA? But it really feels like LeBron is really seriously hurt, and something that he cannot really get back from quickly right now. And it's really concerning, because a lot of people were like, no matter where the Lakers fall, like, they're going to get to a championship. Like, because they still have the talent. You got LeBron and AD. It's still going to get there. But if LeBron isn't going to be healthy, and if LeBron doesn't feel like he's healthy 85, 75%, it's like, how much confidence can you have in the Lakers, bro? So how do you feel about what's going on over there in LA?
Man, I said it once. I said it twice. I will say it a third time. And we're going to get to it on 2 Wild Wednesday. We are witnessing, and I'm telling y'all right now, I'm one of the biggest LeBron fans y'all will ever meet.
Nigga talking nuts, dog.
We are witnessing the decline of LeBron James. It's happening right now. It may not feel like it because he's just out on injury right now.
You sound like Max Kellerman, my nigga. You sound like Max Kellerman.
We are witnessing the decline of LeBron James right now. And it has nothing to do with talent, because mentally he is still ferocious. He's one of the most unstoppable players just by being on the court. He don't even have to have the ball in his hands. But when it comes to productivity right now, him not being able to play due to this injury, and I know a lot of people saying it's an ankle sprain, LeBron is supposed to be the health guy, blah, blah, blah. This man is 36. I don't care how many millions of dollars he done put into taking care of his body, bro. You not beating Father Time when it's all said and done.
And I'm glad you brought that shit up, bro, because D-Wade has said that same shit. Like, a lot of people give so much credit to him putting $1 million into his body. Well, that shit does not matter. Not even
It
if you're
doesn't.
old, even if you're old like LeBron, even if you're young and you're putting $1 million into your body, it's really like some luck of the draw type shit. So much people give him credit for, oh, he got $1 million. That's why he's so healthy. Bro, most of these players put money into their bodies, bro. Don't act like LeBron is the only one. But it's really just the luck of the draw type shit. And LeBron has been lucky his entire career, and that's how he gotten all the way to this point, health free.
Exactly. And now it's bittersweet because you don't want to see the decline of a player like this at all. Like, you want to see him leave whenever he says he's ready, not when his body says it, not when he's just not talented anymore. You want to see a great player leave just when they say it. But right now, him not coming back from this ankle sprain, all these people cracking jokes, I need y'all to understand, is way more serious than y'all think it is now. Frank Vogel is saying LeBron's not playing because he doesn't want to play, because LeBron doesn't think he's able to play at the level he wants. That's what Frank Vogel means. Not he doesn't want to play, like he's just choosing not to play and letting his team fall lower. No, LeBron feels like, hey, if I get out there, there's a high chance I'm going to fuck my ankle up more. And do y'all really want me to do that and have y'all really miss out on the playoffs possibly? No, I'd rather put us in a situation where we got to go through the play-in and play way more extra games with me at 100% than go in at 85% just so y'all can say I'm back to get hurt again right around playoff time. So I'm not mad at LeBron for being out right now. I know it's due to injury. If he was out just to be out, then I'll call him out on it. So I don't agree with Frank Vogel coming out saying that, because now it's going to give people a reason to paint a negative narrative over LeBron.
Yeah. And that's what really fucked me up, because the way he said it, he was like, yeah, he's just not here. Like, why the fuck is LeBron not here? Is he like taking a break?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, and the way he painted it, it made you think like he was just sitting out games just to sit out games. And a lot of people was talking shit about Kyrie, and I was like, okay, why is nobody talking shit about LeBron if he's sitting out games? Since that's what Frank Vogel said. But they're starting to figure out now that he's really injured and doesn't feel like he can play to his capabilities. So we're going to see, bro. I think LeBron at 75%, if they were to get inside this play-in, damn, like they would have to play the Warriors in the first round of the play-in.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like,
that's tough.
You want
that's tough.
You want an 80?
That's tough.
You want an 85% LeBron, or you want 100%? Like that's really what I'm asking you right now, because this man ain't 30 no more.
You're not gonna get 100% though, bro. He's not gonna be 100% no matter if he come back now or later.
But I want him. You know the picture of Goku in the thing with the thing on his mouth, and he in the water rehabilitating. You ever seen that meme? Like where he getting ready. That's what LeBron is doing right now. He's taking every last second for it. I'm here. Let's get into some Rome. We're witnessing the decline of LeBron, Rome.
He talking wild shit, my nigga. He talking wild shit, my nigga.
Rome, you know I'm a LeBron fan, but due to injury, we are now witnessing the decline of LeBron. It's happening in front of us. It's not, y'all not going to admit it until y'all literally see him not playing the same.
Because when you say decline, bro, that means a decline in talent. And talent-wise, LeBron is not declining. Like, he's getting better. Athletically, you could say that he could be declining because he's not jumping out the gym like he was in 03, 04. Yeah. But mentally, like, he's shooting better than he's ever shot before, mid-range, post-game. Like, his game is way more well-rounded than it was before. So when you say decline, I'm thinking from a talent perspective, like LeBron's not declining. Like he's probably the best he's ever been. And he's lost only a little bit of athleticism because LeBron can still jump out the gym when he wants to. So when you say decline, bro, I'm just like, nah. But from an injury perspective, I see what you're saying because he got the injury a few years back with the hamstring, I want to say. And then now we got this type of injuries. But I don't think it's going to be a consistent thing for Bron. Like, I don't think he's going to be on that decline.
I knock on wood with that. I hope not. And Rome, you so right. Father Time is undefeated. It don't matter how much money you put in your body.
Is it undefeated?
Matter. Yes.
Tom Brady would not be Tom Brady? He's defeated, bro. I don't care what nobody say. Tom Brady has defeated Father Time, bro. Tom Brady has defeated Father Time.
Brady has weapons galore. If Brady was in a situation...
matter. He has to throw the ball. He has to throw the ball.
When you got receivers like Mike Evans that can out-jump anybody,
bro,
you're going to...
Go ahead.
on now. All I'm saying,
it don't matter if his pieces were there or not. He's throwing it. He's still throwing that shit.
Give Brady just 1 or 2 weapons as opposed to 6 or 7, and I promise you, he not looking the same like how you looking right now. And Brady to go. I'm telling you right now, Brady to go.
He has defeated Father Time, my nigga. He has defeated Father Time. I don't care what nobody say. Tom Brady can still sling that shit. Don't act like he ain't been throwing no deep shit to Mike Evans the whole season. And whether it's a different sport or not, that he still defeated Father Time. Father Time is in every sport. He has defeated it. He has defeated it, bro. So I think he's an outlier. He's an outlier for sure. But I think Father Time has been defeated in his case. Because when did Mike Kellerman start saying that Tom Brady was on the decline?
Brady was going to fall the cliff.
2015?
He started at 2016. 2016.
It's 2021, and we still talking about Brady and him winning championships and him still being one of the top 10 quarterbacks in the league. I don't think you could say that's Father Time under not being defeated, bro. That's tough. He said, Rome said, okay, would he have won a championship in New England this year? But that's not my point, though. It don't matter. I'm just saying that the way he's throwing the ball, he's still throwing the ball like one of these young niggas. So he still can throw that shit.
You speaking from a talent perspective, not necessarily just a winning perspective.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying from a winning. Like, no, he wouldn't have won a championship in New England, but he still can throw that shit. I can't act like I'm not seeing Tom Brady sling the ball down the field.
But I don't know, bro. I just feel like Brady, it's different with Brady. It's a whole different sport, a whole different league. So,
but as long as sport, it's a more physical sport.
As long as you are protected and not being touched, you basically, that's the cheat code to beating Father Time. Brady is not getting touched. That's the way he's beating Father Time right now. He's getting touched way less than every other quarterback in the league. So he has a cheat code to beating it. If he was playing by the regular rules like everybody else and getting touched the same amount as everybody else,
but bro,
I'm just saying
for a lot of quarterbacks, it really doesn't matter if you're getting hit or not. When you get to that 40, especially back in like 2010, when you were 40, you're not even throwing like Brady. It don't matter if you had a clean pocket or not. You're not throwing like Brady. You remember Peyton Manning in his last season? He was 40. That's when I say Father Time was undefeated. But Brady has surpassed that nigga, bro. Because even when Manning was with the Broncos, he wasn't getting touched like that. But his deep ball was terrible. Like, he just wasn't the old Peyton Manning. And I'm just like, okay, Father Time has knocked his ass out the game. But I'm not seeing that with Tom Brady. From a talent perspective, I'm not seeing that.
He probably just a unicorn, bro. He's just a unicorn.
Yeah, for sure. That's why I said he's an outlier for sure. But that's one example where Father Time was defeated. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. All right, man, let's move on to J. Cole. Hooping in Africa? Hey, so he signed a deal on Monday that he will be playing for the Rwanda Patriots in the Basketball Africa League. This shit is huge, my nigga. This shit is huge. We had heard some buzz last year that he wanted to go to the NBA, but we all do that shit with some bullshit. But I feel like this is a way better fit for him. Like, it's a new league, an inaugural season, 3 to 6 games. So how you feeling about this shit?
I'm loving it. We always have the conversation on who are some of the best hip-hop basketball players when it comes to rappers or entertainers or whatever. You know, everybody says Chris Brown is great. Everybody says, nowadays Quavo is a great player. It's Cameron. It's a lot of rapper athletes who are very good, and J. Cole is in the cream of that crop. And we seen a little bit of it at that All-Star game a couple years ago when he tried to do that dunk and everything, and everybody went crazy. Even though he missed, everybody went crazy because he almost made the shit in regular clothes. You feel me? So I love this for J. Cole. He dropping the he dropping the album this weekend. So on and off the court, he taking over this weekend, bro. And I love this. He's gonna be on the Rwanda Patriots team for Africa, and he gonna snap, honestly. Shout out to Puma too, because he finna have his Puma deal booming, especially with being in the basketball league now.
And I think that's the biggest part of this that a lot of people aren't talking about. Puma's stock is going to rise when J. Cole, especially if J. Cole hoops in those Pumas, it's going to skyrocket. Even if somebody like a LaMelo who's playing in Puma, it's going to rise even more than if LaMelo was going crazy. Because J. Cole, how popular that nigga is, surpasses everybody in the league, my bro. Except for like the Bronze and probably the KDs. But J. Cole is probably above all of them niggas. So if he hoops in those Pumas, their sales are going to skyrocket. And that's what I'm looking at the most, bro. That's what I'm most interested to see, how popular they get after he hoops in those, my nigga. Because I'm like, damn, like them shits can really go crazy, my nigga. But what do you expect him to do over there? Do you expect him to really like get buckets, or do you expect him to be chilling on the court, my nigga?
He gonna get buckets. Do I see him being like the lead player or anything like that? No, but he's definitely gonna get buckets. He's gonna get a good amount of PT. I don't know. They're in Africa, so it's a lot of tall niggas in Africa. So I don't know if he's gonna be playing guard.
Yeah, I don't know what to expect. Yeah, I don't know what to expect.
I don't know if he's gonna be playing the 2. He gonna be playing the 1 or the 2 because J. Cole like 6'2", 6'1", 6'4". He's 6'4". Yeah. So yeah, you're gonna be playing the 1 or the 2. That's it.
Yeah, so he's 6'4". I really don't know what to expect because, like, what type of talent is over there, bro? Like, I really don't know. Like, I haven't heard of any other names that are playing over there. So is it just gonna be straight African pro players? Like, I don't know what to expect. And because J. Cole has never played professionally, and could he possibly be playing with other pros who are used to the environment? So would he be just the 5th guy on the court? It's like, I really don't know what to expect. Or is he going to be the guy with the ball in his hands, like really hooping and shit? Because J. Cole could have made his team in college when he was playing for St. John's. Like, he made the team, but he just didn't accept the offer from the coach when he was invited to play for the team. But he could have played for St. John's in college. So he's good, but that was 20 years ago. Now, that was 13, 15 years ago. So you can't even go off that anymore. But he has that background still. So we just got to see if he got it.
Rome, we don't know who in their league is Africa. We have no idea. We have no idea who's over there. We just know
this nigga say he finna get punched on.
It's Africa, so we know them niggas tall. That's all we know right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm most excited to see because I'm pretty sure they're going to be streaming this, right?
Probably it's J. Cole, so they're gonna find
it's J. Cole, yeah. So just when that nigga come in, like, you just keep the camera on Cole. Like, I don't need to see anybody else.
Dreamville and Rock Nation definitely gonna make sure this gets streamed. Oh, and Rock Nation Sports gonna probably go through the roof with that too. If he's going through Rock Nation Sports, is he going through their sports company?
He signed with Rock Nation. I'm pretty sure they would be there for sure.
Okay. Cause I know certain athletes who are pro or collegiate, they sign with Rock Nation Sports. So even though Cole with Rock Nation, I don't know if he's with the sports franchise.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying now.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But yeah, this shit definitely should be seen, my nigga. It's J. Cole hooping. This should be treated like a celebrity game. Like, we need to have cameras over there. For sure. We need to have cameras over there. So I'm excited, honestly. Because like you said, we got the album on Friday, which is called the off season. And then literally in 2 days, he's gonna be playing on the court. Real deal in season. Hopefully my nigga be hooping, my nigga. Hopefully my nigga hooping. All right, man. Let's move.
You can still count it as the off season because he playing overseas. He ain't playing in the US. So you know how niggas during the off season they play overseas sometimes. It's still the off season.
That's true. That's true too.
Still the off season.
That's true too. Yes, sir. All right, bro. Let's move on to Breanna Stewart signs with Puma. I wanted to talk about this because I was watching The Jump earlier today, and Rachel Nichols brought up an excellent point. She said Breanna Stewart signing this deal with Puma. Breanna Stewart will also get a signature shoe with her shoe deal. Breanna Stewart is only going to be the second woman to have her signature shoe. That's crazy. Behind Candace Parker, who got her signature shoe 10 years ago. So that's major. Hopefully we can see more females get their own signature shoe so it can impact more and empower more females to get up to that type of level in their games. But that is big news, bro, because we don't see this a lot with females getting their own signature shoe. So definitely got to applaud Breanna Stewart, bro.
Definitely. I feel like there's several women you could point at from the WNBA who could have got a shoe deal from I'm surprised Taurasi didn't have a shoe. Sue Bird didn't have a shoe. That's crazy. Even like certain women's soccer players, like certain cleats you could have designed by women's soccer players and everything.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Only 2, bro. Candace Parker and Breanna Stewart are the only 2 players that will have signature shoes. That's crazy.
We've had so many names that could have had shoes, bro. So I've been telling everybody I'm gonna do my part on watching WNBA games this year. So I want to do my part and show them love. I'll start sharing their stuff more and like just watching them and giving them that viewership. So hopefully, like you said, more women players can have signature shoes, have more commercials that don't have to be co-signed by male athletes. Cause you see that like you'll see women athlete with commercials, but they co-signed by a male athlete. Like, no, give them their own shit. Just a simple cereal commercial. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
Yeah. Bro, because you see all of these male players get signature shoes, like more and more male players are getting signature shoes. And to find out that only 2 people in women's history have signature shoes, That's nuts, bro. Because I feel like everybody in the NBA get a signature shoe now. Like Luka, Zion. You obviously have to be one of the great players in the league, but it still feels like everybody gets a shoe, and only 2 in the WNBA. That's big, bro. Like you said, Maya Moore definitely should have had a shoe. That's crazy
Definitely.
that she didn't. Tarazi, one of the greatest players that's ever played. Leslie, come on, bro. That shit is nuts, bro. That shit is nuts. So definitely I want more people to get signature shoes for females, bro. We're trying to raise the game at that point, bro. So I definitely got to put WNBA news more in the podcast. Definitely got to show them love. All right, bro. Let's move on to 2 Wild Wednesday. What we got for the day, my boy?
The first one, if you had to start a franchise, who would you take? Shaq or Tim Duncan? It's Shaq, easily.
I wouldn't say easily, bro. It's Shaq. It's Shaq. Definitely Shaq. It's definitely Shaq. But I wouldn't say easily because, yes, Shaq is the most dominant player that we have ever seen. But in this NBA, would you still go with Shaq or would you still go with somebody like us, Tim Duncan? I feel like Tim Duncan is way more versatile than I would say.
Okay, if we're talking about this NBA, then Tim Duncan.
That's not how I posed the question. I was more so just saying who would you rather take? It really didn't matter what era, but in my back of my mind, that's what I thought. Like in this NBA, like who would you rather?
Oh yeah, in this NBA, Tim Duncan would definitely thrive way more than Shaq. But if we're just putting eras aside and we're just talking about straight up basketball, like black top basketball, I'm picking Shaq over Tim Duncan easily. Nobody's stopping, especially if I keep him healthy.
I can't say easily, though, bro. I can't say easily. Like
nobody's stopping him.
You're not respecting Timmy D like that. You gotta remember Timmy D. Timmy D was that nigga.
The big fundamental. I understand, but Shaq is the most unstoppable player we have ever seen touch an NBA court, bro. Nobody is stopping Shaq.
Hey, Rome. I agree with you that he would be averaging 50. But what would he do on the defensive side of the ball, especially in this NBA? Especially in this NBA, where you have to get in pick and rolls, where you're taking advantage of big players like Shaq. Like Shaq ain't keeping up with none of these point guards in this NBA. And that's all this NBA is pick and rolls where you have to switch and shit like that. He's not keeping up with these guards, bro. And that's why I'm looking at it too on the defensive side of the ball. Like, is he keeping up? I feel like Tim Duncan can keep up because he was in this NBA at the beginning of it. But Shaq, I don't think Shaq can keep up with this type of defensive switches and shit like that.
And Shaq averaging 4 fouls a game in this NBA. He's averaging at least 4 fouls a game.
He's averaging 6. He's getting fouled out every game. Orlando Shaq was different though, bro. Orlando Shaq was skinnier. He was more mobile. So I agree with that.
Orlando Shaq, when he dominate this NBA, he would keep up. He would keep up with this NBA. I don't know if he would dominate this NBA. He'll definitely keep up though.
Because Orlando Shaq was skinnier, and I feel like he was definitely more agile. But I was thinking the Lakers Shaq. Like Lakers Shaq, that nigga was big, and that's when he was Big Diesel. Like that nigga put some weight on his ass when he got to LA. So yeah, I agree with the Orlando Shaq, Rome. I agree. He was definitely that one. Yeah, but that's tough. That was a tough one.
Shaq is winning at 67% right now, so he got a pretty decent lead on that shit. Mm-hmm. Next one, the Carolina Panthers will be the surprise playoff team this season. Too wild or not too wild?
Not too wild, bro. Especially after looking at the schedule. I wrote that question. I didn't even know the schedule. I just like the talent that is coming into that organization. And we're looking at their schedule. I like their schedule as well. So that's even more of a case to put them in the playoffs this year.
I like what you're saying, and the points you're making are valid. I just feel like the NFC South is just, with Atlanta picking up Kyle Pitts, everybody coming back healthy. Matt Ryan is weapons galore at this point. I know I make a lot of jokes about him being mid or below mid, but I feel like the Carolina Panthers, it'll be tough as fuck for them to get that third spot. It'll be tough as fuck for them to get that third spot because I got the Bucks being number 1, and I probably got Atlanta being number 2 just because New Orleans don't know their quarterback situation right now.
Yeah, and I think that's why I moved up Carolina because I don't know how much I like New Orleans going into next season. And that's why I looked at New Orleans and I was like, I don't know. And so that nigga said, Matt Ryan, the comment is Matt Ryan been had weapons. He's garbage.
Hey, I'm trying to give him a benefit of the doubt because he got my boy Kyle there. He got my boy Kyle there. That's all I'm saying. He got my boy Kyle.
Hopefully that nigga can do something because I agree he has had weapons before. And are they trading Julio? That's still something that's up in the air
Yeah.
as well. They're waiting until June 1st to actually decide if they're going to trade him. So if they trade him, I don't think they're the same team and they don't have the weapons like you would expect them to have. But if they keep Julio, I can see what you're saying. But I still like Carolina, though.
Yeah, I just say too wild still, though, because you would have to hope and pray that, yeah, it's going to be 7 teams in the playoff picture. But do I see the Panthers beating out even a second seeded playoff team in the NFC West? You know, like what if Seattle
7
and San
playoff
Francisco
teams, bro. It's
make
7
it?
playoff teams now, bro.
I don't
see
see
it.
Carolina sneaking in that. I really don't. I really don't. They would be the most shocking surprise team in the NFL if they made the playoffs.
And I wanted to say that too, because every year it's usually the top teams usually make it, like the Green Bays, the Kansas Cities, the Patriots were usually that type of team. But Tampa Bay is going to get in there. So the first 4 in each conference teams that are going to get there. But it's always like 2 or 3 in each conference where you just didn't expect. It's not going to be the same teams from last year, but you just didn't expect them. And the team that I'm going with that I'm really going to be surprised with, and the one I'm really feeling confident is the Carolina Panthers, bro.
And not too wild is winning that poll 60%. So most people agree with you on that.
That's crazy. I did not expect that.
Yeah, I ain't either. That was probably the most surprising poll. Who will be ranked higher all time, Westbrook or CP3? We just had a little bit of this conversation. I feel when it's all said and done, Westbrook will be ranked higher than CP3.
I say CP3 is because more so, yes, you can say that he's the triple-double king, all of that about Westbrook, but I think you can't take away that point guard tag that we have given to Chris Paul over all of these years. Like, he has been one of the greatest point guards, and he hasn't even won anything. So he's already up there for me when it comes to that. And he has been consistent for all of these years, my boy. And especially these turnaround seasons that I've been seeing from Chris Paul. Like, he's not just putting up his stats, not disrespecting Westbrook at all, but he's turning around franchises. Like, I think that's building up his case to be top 5 point guard even more. He's going to OKC where we didn't expect them to do anything. And they're a top 5 seed in the Western Conference. We go to the Suns. We expected them to be good, but not a top 3 seed in the Western Conference. So he is overachieving with teams we really didn't expect. And he turned around the LA Clippers. Nobody even respected that team until Chris Paul was there. So you can say that he underachieved with the Clippers, but with every team that he went to, including the Hornets in his earlier days, he has turned those franchises around. So even though he has not had the playoff success that you would want to see from a player of his caliber, you can't take that away from him that he's been in 4 franchises. He's made all of them good. Like, and now he's in the most valuable player conversation. Like, come on, bro. I got to give it to Chris Paul.
I feel like they could both, like, if you really sit down and think about it, they both could be in the top 3, top 5 for sure. I don't know about
top 5. I say top 3. I wouldn't give top 3.
They both could be in the top 5 for sure, but I feel like Russ could sneak in that top 3. Like I said, we got about 5 more years to see if Russ can win a championship. If he gets a chip, I'm putting him top 3 over Chris Paul if I had to choose on who I will put in that top 3. He could definitely make it over. What Ron said, all that shit, playoffs is where it matters. Man,
but you can come on. Are we going to grade him by rings though? Because if you look at Westbrook when he was really making it to finals had KD. So you look at it and like, damn, if CP3 had KD, what we saying? So I can't compare like finals appearances. If Westbrook would have had a ring by now, then yes, Westbrook is clear over a Chris Paul. But I put them both on a level playing field when I look at playoff success because you had KD, bro. You had KD, Westbrook, Harden. That's when y'all was making those finals trips. Like, Chris Paul didn't have that luxury, but he was still turning around franchises with teams and players that you really didn't expect to be that great until he got there.
Understandable. Westbrook is winning that poll though, 54%.
Also, and something that always pops into my head when I think about CP3 is what would have happened if that trade didn't get vetoed. When he was about to get traded to the Lakers, and it would have been him and Kobe, then he would have had that same shit that Westbrook would have had with him and KD. He would have had that same shit Westbrook had, that same luxury. But we never got to see him play with somebody of that caliber in his career, but he still made it work, my boy. Still turned around franchises. Never had the deep playoff success, but come on, bro. I always think about that with Chris Paul. even though he had Harden too.
If there's anything I could have changed over the past 15 plus years of the NBA, it would have been that. Like 20, I'll say 20 plus because it's been about 20 years now since that situation. I definitely would go back in time and be like, hey, LA, y'all need to get Chris Paul. Like, please drop that with Kobe. It's over. Nobody is winning in the next 3 to 4 years. The next 3 to 4 years is just booked for y'all for championships. So that's something I would definitely change.
And I feel like we seen what we needed to see in that one season when he was with Harden, when he got all the way to the conference finals. Even though we always bring up the injury, what could have been, I think that would have been the year he won the ship. So even he didn't win the ship, but I think that was his year, and I think that was the year that we seen he can be good in the playoffs because he was steadying that team. Even though Harden was the star, he was the steadying presence on that team, bro.
And who won that? Like I said, Westbrook won that poll 54%. Next one. Kyrie is the most offensively skilled player in the NBA. I say not too wild to that.
Not too wild.
Not too wild.
Because I felt like people were gonna pick too wild because of KD. But then I started thinking like, no, offensively skilled means the ball handling, like the pull-up game, the three-pointer, like getting to the rack, the passing. Like, so when you think of the most skilled players in the NBA, Kyrie's number 1 for me, bro. Above everybody, even above KD, he is above everybody, bro. So that is not too wild, bro. I think he is number 1 offensively skilled. Yeah.
Not too wild. And that one winning 69%. This was a good one. T-Mac, Tracy McGrady, for those of y'all that don't know T-Mac. T-Mac is a top
There's some young niggas out here too that don't know T-Mac.
It is. That's why I had to say his whole name. T-Mac is a top 5 scorer of all time. Too wild or not too wild? I said too wild.
It was tough because we just had this conversation last week, and I didn't even think of T-Mac when we was having the conversation. We was talking about Melo was in that conversation. Steph, who else we brought up? We brought up Kobe, obviously. Bron was in that conversation. KD, and I was like, bro, we didn't bring up one of the greatest scorers of the early 2000s in T-Mac, bro. So I would say not too wild because I think he's in that conversation for 5th. I think he is in that conversation. Would I put T-Mac? This is the question I asked myself. Would I put T-Mac over Melo?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I would put T-Mac over Melo. That's not crazy. That's not crazy.
And I had Melo at 6. So I'm like, so he on the edge above Melo. So he had 6. And who did I have at 5? I had Steph at 5, bro. And I think I would put T-Mac above Steph. When it came to all-around scoring, I was like, I think I gotta go with T-Mac.
No, you crazy. Nah, you tripping. Nah, no.
I think I gotta go with T-Mac, bro. I think I gotta go with T-Mac.
I'm not putting T-Mac over Steph. The greatest shooter of all time can be no lower than 5th if we're talking about who's the best scorer of all time. He has to be top 5 greatest scorer if he's if he's the number 1 greatest shooter we've ever seen. Skill said, yes, he is definitely. If you say Kobe, oh shit. If you say Kobe, you got to say T-Mac. Kobe said it himself.
Hey, bro, I'm telling you, bro, T-Mac was up there with Kobe. We don't think because his prime wasn't as long as Kobe's, we forget about T-Mac. But when you think about Orlando T-Mac and Houston T-Mac before the injuries, bro, that nigga was something different. Leading scorer in the league.
He could be top 10 for sure, but top 5 is Jordan. Top 5 is Jordan, Bron, Kobe, KD, and Steph. That's top 5.
I think you gotta put T-Mac above Steph, bro.
No, bro.
I think you gotta put T-Mac above Steph.
I can't do that. T-Mac is top 10, and I got him over Melo.
Ron said it. T-Mac can do things Steph just can't do, bro.
Steph can do shit a lot of niggas can't do. Steph is pulling up from 40 and walking away before the ball even starts falling. I'm talking about the
mid-range, the way he attacked the basket, bro. The athleticism with T-Mac. Come on, bro. He had the 3-ball too.
Steph changed the game of scoring forever.
For sure.
He's the reason three-point shooting is not a plus anymore. That's average. You're average if you know how to shoot a 3-pointer nowadays, bro. And that is because of Steph. niggas like Giannis.
But I'm talking
have
about
to be good at
scoring. We're talking about
three-point shooting,
scoring, though, bro. Scoring.
I understand.
Not shooting,
bro.
not changing the game. I'm just talking about scoring, bro. Who is a better scorer?
But that matters. That
matters for sure. But who is the better scorer? Take away him changing the game when you just put scoring. Who's the better scorer?
Better all around scorer. I'll give it to T-Mac. But if you're the number one best shooter the world has ever seen, how are you not top 5 for best scorers? Like that just doesn't go hand in hand. It doesn't.
He said, Rome said it's hard because of positions. Don't ever say you put Steph over Iverson as a scorer.
Yes.
I would say yes, bro.
Steph Curry is a top 5 scorer of all time, and I will not let y'all take that away.
6.
I will not.
He's
He's top
6 or
5.
7.
He is a top 5 scorer. I will tell y'all my top 5 again. First off, Kevin Durant is the greatest scorer we've ever seen.
I agree with that. So
KD, Jordan, LeBron, Kobe, and Steph. That is my top 5 for scoring.
I can't put Steph in there, bro.
No,
I can't put Steph in there, bro.
Steph is top 5. Steph is top 5, bro. Easily top 5. T-Mac, top 10. Iverson, top 10. Melo, 10 to 15, dead ass. Like, I promise you, that's how it'll go. But top 5, that's it.
He said Ray Allen and Reggie was the best, and they were never considered top 5.
And Steph is a mile ahead of both of those players when it comes to scoring. Steph is a mile ahead of both of them.
My nigga Rose said, "Get me out this shit."
Man, come on now. I'm telling you, bro. Kareem up there too. Kareem up there too. And I ain't saying Kareem because I forgot. We ain't said Kareem name, but Kareem.
I don't
up
think
there
all
too,
around, like, bro, when you talk about scoring, I'm talking about all around. Well, that's why I brought T-Mac in there. Man. Kareem had his hook shot. So obviously he's the greatest scorer that we've ever seen, leading scorer in the whole NBA. But I can't, like, he had the shot. He had the post game. When I'm talking about these other players, I have to say that they had more than Kareem. Obviously, it was back in the day, though.
I'm gonna start asking older niggas this question too. Like, I'm talking about older
niggas will put T-Mac in there, bro. I gotta give niggas a list.
Niggas this question. I gotta give niggas a list and be like, hey, who you got top 5?
Yeah.
And I ain't putting no numbers by no names. I'm just gonna make a list of 30 great scorers, and I'm gonna be like, who your top 5? And Steph gotta be in that bitch. If Steph is not in at least majority of niggas' lists, I'm going to be pissed, bro. I'm going to be pissed.
Steph ain't gonna get the respect from a lot of old niggas, bro. Steph is not gonna get the respect from a lot of old niggas, bro. They definitely putting T-Mac over Steph. Excuse me. If you ask some old niggas. 2 Wild is winning this poll though.
Honestly, 2 Wild is winning. So more people agree with me.
He said y'all being youngsters now, bro. Hey, I gotta admit we is though, bro.
No, bro.
We being youngsters. I'll admit that, Rome. I'll admit that.
T-Mac. I had T-Mac jerseys.
I'll admit that.
I love T-Mac. I had T-Mac jerseys from Orlando. I'm a T-Mac fan. The nigga was crazy. Like, but come on now, bro. I can't put him top 5, Rome. I can't do that. I can't.
Yeah, I got T-Mac in my top 5, bro. I gotta have a list when I look at all of my all-time greats and all my damn top 5 scores. I gotta make a list. I always forget.
2 Wild was winning that poll though, 62%. On to the next one. If you had to bet on who would win the Super Bowl right now, who would you take? The Bucks, the Chiefs, the Bills, or the field? I said the Bucks just because we just won. That's my team, so I'm gonna pick the Bucks regardless.
I said the field, and I feel like a lot of people did the Chiefs win this poll?
Yeah, they win at 50% right now.
I felt like the Chiefs were gonna win this poll, but I'm feeling really confident about the Browns. I'm feeling really confident about the Browns, and that's why I picked the field. Because, bro, you remember last year when I was talking good shit about the Browns? I said they were going to be to the AFC Championship. They got close now. They almost beat the Chiefs. I think they got even more talent, and I think you're going to get Odell on top of that. I think the Browns are a Super Bowl contender from day one, and I'm going to keep riding that train until we get to the playoffs, bro.
If the Browns and the Cleveland Cavaliers in the same 20 years both win a chip, the world will stop. That will be when God come back. I promise to God. That's going to be what the world is if the Browns win a boy. That the world gonna stop, boy. You might.
I ain't say win, but I say get in there and winning. Actually, winning.
Oh, if they get there, they gonna
have-
win. If they get there, I'm picking them to win. I don't care if the Bucks go back again. I will pick the
They
Browns.
have
to win the Super
so
Bowl
much
if they got there.
talent, bro. They have so much talent that I just can't give it up, bro. And you bringing in Odell on top, bro. I gotta say the Browns, bro. I'm liking what the Browns got on looking like right now, bro.
If the Bucks,
so I'm taking the field. I'm taking the field.
if the Bucks played the Browns in the Super Bowl for this upcoming season,
that shit would be nuts, actually.
I would pick the Browns to win, and I'm a Bucks. I'm gonna be happy if the Bucks. If they get there, I'm picking them to win. It was a situation like us. Once we got there, I'm like, we winning. It's all for it. I don't give a damn about Pat Mahomes. I don't give a damn about Travis Kelce, Andy Reid. When the Bucks got to the Super Bowl, I'm like, we're winning. Like, it's in the books. Baker will fall. I don't know, bro. All the weapons, if Baker has gotten better over time now, Baker ain't folding. I don't think he's going to fold in that situation. If he get there, he winning. I promise you he winning if he get there.
That's tough, bro. Ron said Bucks versus Miami. That's another team, bro, that I'm looking at as well, bro. Miami, who I'm always be looking. I think they gonna get Deshaun too.
I'm about to say it depends on who their quarterback is.
Because I was reading articles this morning about Deshaun Watson and like what's the update, and I've been hearing that he's going to end up settling his cases, which I don't think is a smart idea because I think that ruins his reputation. But just moving off of that, I think he will get suspended by the league. I think he will get suspended by the league for his actions. I think he will get accused of that. I don't think it will be for the whole season, though. I think it'll be like for the first 4 or 5 games, he'll be suspended and he will get traded to Miami. They have the assets. They have Tua. Trade that to Houston. Then you put Deshaun with all of that talent on offense and you got the defense too. Man, bro, I like what Miami cooking over there, bro. I like what Miami is cooking.
I can see it happening.
And like I said, I'm worried about Deshaun, bro. I read a lot of articles about him this morning, bro. It still was some bullshit in there I was seeing because it was still like the person who was accusing him of sexual assault. Like she had some shit that just didn't correlate. A couple of her comments just didn't make sense. It didn't correlate with like her first story. So you can say like she's bullshitting, but then it's like some other stories that were making like some good sense. So I don't know if he did all of this shit, but one thing I can say about Deshaun Watson, he a horny motherfucker and he a sex fiend. That's one thing I would say about Deshaun Watson, my nigga. He a sex fiend for sure, my nigga. So he might be getting some time, not jail time, but he might get suspended by the league. And it seems like he's going to settle.
I don't know, man. I just don't want his reputation to be ruined. Like I said before, if he did any of this shit, that's terrible. That's wrong. He should definitely be punished for that. I don't know. This situation that's going on with Houston with all this legal shit added on, it's just too coincidental for me.
It is.
So I don't want to bash him or nothing like that. I'm on his side in this situation until I see a reason to not be.
And it's because damn, what was I about to say? Like I said, it was like a couple of stories that one of the girls just didn't make sense and then went against it. But he looks like he wants to settle because he's just trying to get out of the situation and move on. But I'm looking at it like I would rather you go to trial and just get proved not guilty so we could just say, oh, Deshaun Watson, he's not that type of guy. Rather than you settling and people still gonna have that, even though you're gonna be good, you might get suspended, you might be good to be playing next season, but people still gonna look at you like, nah, like you did that shit. What them girls were saying since you settling, you know what I'm saying? You might have not did it with all of them girls, but you did it with a couple, and we're gonna be looking at you sideways. And I don't want that for him. So I don't want him to be so quick to settle. Like I want him to actually go to court. If he didn't do the shit like he said, like I would rather him go to court and get proved not guilty. Even though it would take more time, I would rather him go through that process.
I feel you. And to the next one. One of the most weirdest football situations of the past few years. Tim Tebow making a return back to the NFL. Will Tim Tebow make the Jaguars' final 53-man roster? 2 out or not 2 out?
Not 2 out. I think he will make the final roster. I think Tim Tebow is big enough, strong enough, and I think he has the determination to make the final team. I think as a quarterback, you have to have good hands. I think he has good hands, but I think blocking will be the biggest issue with Tim Tebow, and we have to see. We've never seen Tim Tebow blocking, so I'm honestly just going on pure faith of Tebow, but I think that we will see a good Tim Tebow at tight end, and I think that connection with Urban Meyer will also get him in there as well. And tight end is one of the easiest positions to transition to because we've seen players that never played tight end in their life Like Mo Alley Cox, who had played basketball for VCU, never played football. He went into a football field, and now he's like the second string tight end for the Colts. Jimmy Graham, Antonio Gates, even though those are some of the greats, we've seen this position get turned out. And some players that didn't have any experience end up doing well at the position.
Okay, I'll give you the nod and say it might be one of the easiest positions to transition into. I thought you was going to say it's one of the easiest positions to play, and I was going to say you're
transition to, yeah.
I'm about to say you're definitely blocking niggas like JJ Watt and niggas like that. Ain't shit about that easy. And you get hit the most on the routes that you run. You're the player that's expected to catch a ball and get knocked the hell out at the same time. You're that player. So it's definitely not an easy position, but white privilege.
And I also wanted to talk about Tim. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know, bro. I don't know, because Quincy made a lot of points the other day when we was talking about this. Don't compare this shit to Cap. Cap didn't want to play anymore. And I told y'all that when that situation happened with that tryout. Cap purposely made himself a martyr because Cap didn't want to play no more. If Cap really wanted to play for real, he'll be in the league. Like dead ass. He's just blackballed. He's just blackballed because of his political situation.
And that's what we have to chalk it up as. Even though we love Kaepernick and we want Kaepernick back in the league, I really don't know if Kaepernick wants to play, and I feel like he wants to become a martyr. And we already know that the league not going to let him back in. And you can't compare Kaepernick, who has been blackballed, to somebody like a Tim Tebow. Like, why are you comparing the two? Tim Tebow was loved, even though he brought a lot of attention to his situation. That nigga was loved by everybody. He's one of the greatest humans, one of the most athletic people that we've ever seen. So why are we comparing him to Colin Kaepernick? It just didn't correlate to me. And also, this is something that is really reigning true in this situation. Black people always say that it's not what you know, it's who you know. This nigga Tim Tebow is going to a team where his head coach in college is now the head coach of an NFL team. Y'all don't think Tim Tebow or Urban Meyer gonna give Tim Tebow a chance, bro? That's connections.
It's the Jags. They ain't like they got niggas ahead of him. Like, come on now.
Exactly. Y'all can't be mad. Y'all can't be mad at Tebow, bro, when he got connections like that. That's basically what y'all mad at him for having connections. Even though he's been out of the league for 8 years. It's connections.
And we call shit out all the time now. If it's some racist shit, we gonna call it out. This was not no racism shit. And I'm gonna just tell y'all that right now. Cap didn't want to be in the league no more. He knew he was blackballed. He knew no matter how much he proved that he was gonna be physically able to be in the league, they weren't going to let him back in. So he gave them the middle finger. Cap does not want to play in the NFL no more. Tebow obviously still wants to play, and he's willing to do whatever it takes to get in. And having your ex-head football coach as the head coach of a trash football team that need any help they can get, you going to get that opportunity. Is being white part of the situation? Possibly. Yeah. I'm not saying white privilege don't play a role in it at all, but that is not the main situation on how he's getting in there.
I chalk it up more to connections, bro. Y'all can say that. I agree with you that white privilege could be involved, but I'm not just gonna say it's just a white privilege. Like, nah. Like my nigga, if Percy Harvin was still ready to play, you don't think this nigga Urban Meyer gonna give Percy Harvin a shot? But we don't know if Percy want to play. Tim Tebow has told Urban Meyer, I want to play. Can you give me a shot? We don't know if Tim Tebow gonna make the team. And I see a lot of people are saying like, oh, he's taking up a spot from somebody who actually has experience at tight end. Like, bro, it's 90 spots on a roster right now. So if a nigga was good enough to be on a roster, they would be on a roster with 90 people on the roster because they have to cut it all the way down to 53. So if it's 90 people on the roster right now.
Y'all acting like this nigga for the start. If he make the team, like he dead ass for to be like
special teams.
Special teams or third or fourth string tight end that might get in the last minute or 59 seconds of a game. Like, come on now. Y'all acting like Tebow finna start or some shit.
Wrong. We've never seen him at tight end. We just don't know, wrong. I tell you, we don't know. If he's trash, I'll get on this podcast, bro, and say Tim Tebow's trash.
Exactly.
I'll say he trash, bro. But we honestly don't know, wrong. We don't know, bro. So I can't say that. But he can still be cut. So if he's not good, he will be cut. And I heard that it's causing a lot of tension in the Jaguars locker room. Some people like the signing and other people do not. So it's causing a lot of tension. And if it's going to cause that type of tension in somebody's locker room, especially a fresh head coach like Urban Meyer, maybe he cuts Tebow, maybe not because of the talent, but because he doesn't want that type of tension in the locker room and tension in the front office. That could be another reason why he gets let go.
The only reason that, the only people I feel opinions are validated by what's going on are people like Dez Bryant or other NFL players who feel like it's unfair that they haven't got a shot yet. Somebody like Dez Bryant, who is always physically ready, who is always wanting to be on the team, he's upset because it's like, damn, like it's hard as hell for me to get on the team, but Tim Tebow get one phone call and he get in. That's where you can point at white privilege. Like, yeah, you got Urban Meyer and shit and stuff like that. But I'm sure Dez Bryant got some connections in the league. You've been
and didn't Dez just get signed back-to-back years, but he got hurt?
Right. So it's
like, Dez can say that, but we could chalk your situation up to just injuries more so than, it's white over a black thing. I'm not going to say white privilege is not in the league because it is. White privilege is everywhere. But in this situation, I'm not seeing it on a full scale, bro. Even with Dez Bryant example, Dez Bryant, you're somebody who has been declining and has been injured in your past two situations. Nobody's not going to sign you because you're not the same Dez Bryant from the Cowboys days. It's not because he's white and you black.
I agree. I don't know. I feel like people got to just be more open-minded with the situation. It's not a straight black and white thing. We got to stop pointing at Cap with this situation. Nobody has said the words Kaepernick in football in like almost 2 seasons now.
Cap don't even want to play. He's chilling, making that Nike money.
that situation is dead and gone. I don't even know why people pulling up his name still.
Yeah.
On to the next one though. We got an entertainment one right here. We got an entertainment one. Best mixtape out of the 4. Friday Night Lights by J. Cole, Overly Dedicated by Kendrick Lamar, So Far Gone by Drake, or Mixtape About Nothing by Wale. Mind you all, Wale got 0% votes on this.
I seen that.
I feel like that was
niggas ain't listen to that album though. Niggas ain't know
that was very disrespectful.
Niggas don't know the young Wale like that. Because honestly, it's an argument that he could be above that Kendrick Overly Dedicated. But niggas just fuck with Kendrick. And that's another reason why Wale is going to be one of the most underappreciated rappers that has ever fucking been in this game, my nigga.
Thank you.
That's one reason right there. That's one reason right there. Like niggas do not give him the credit that he deserves on anything. But J. Cole for sure is the answer to this question. Friday Night Lights is the greatest mixtape that I've ever heard, honestly.
Oh, greatest mixtape, but I ain't gonna say that.
Yeah. Over that Wayne shit too. Over that Wayne shit. Yeah.
It's a lot.
Because when I tell you, bro, because we listened to the J. Cole freestyle today. We listened to the J. Cole freestyle. That's the type of bag that he was in those mixtapes. Over some classic ass beats. That nigga was just rapping. My nigga. That's still his best project to this day. That's still his best project, Friday Night Lights. So I gotta say J. Cole, bro. I gotta say Cole.
I ain't gonna say best mixtape I ever heard. It could be some top 10 shit. Definitely some top 10. You gonna overlook all the Wayne shit. You gonna overlook all the Gucci shit. You gonna overlook all the Future shit. Like it's too many niggas that ran the mixtape game for you to just overlook and say.
And it's that one nigga on top, little old Jermaine, whatever inches shit in his veins. That's taking the crown from whatever y'all think had it.
No Ceilings is the greatest mixtape of all time. Like it's not debatable. No. Too many niggas ran the mixtape game for me to say J. Cole's Friday Night Lights is the best shit I ever heard. Nah.
J. Cole.
No.
Greatest.
Friday Night Lights is winning that poll though, 58%. Drake's So Far Gone is in second at 33%. Overly Dedicated is third, and like we just said, Wale ain't got no votes. I feel like Wale ain't really gonna get flowers for real till he die. It's sad to say that, but I feel like that's what's gonna happen.
I definitely agree with that too.
On to the next one. How many points do you expect J. Cole to average in the Basketball Africa League? I think 11 to 15. So out of 1 to 5, 6 to 10, 11 to 15, or 16 and above, I say 11 to 15.
I feel like I picked 11 through 15, but then I started thinking that might have been a little too optimistic. So I'm gonna go with 6 to 10. I feel like that's safe. I feel like 6 to 10 is safe because like I said, he's playing with pro hoopers in Africa. Like, we don't know who's over there, so I really don't know who the fuck is playing over there. But I don't think J. Cole going to be that nigga with the rock in his hands, really getting loose like that. I think he's going to be that nigga in the corner, chilling, waiting to get the rock and then shoot it. So I feel safe with the 6 to 10. So 6 to 10.
I don't know.
I
don't know if he can't just be in the corner, bro. You probably finna be the shortest nigga over there. You gonna have to run the flow for real. It ain't no sitting in the corner. It's a lot of optimism with it though. It's too many questions left unanswered, so we got to just be optimistic with whatever we pick. We are finally witnessing the decline of LeBron James. We just talked about this. I said not too wild. You feel the same, or you sticking with too wild? Too wild. Not too wild is winning that 71%. Niggas are agreeing with me, bro. It's happening. It's happening. And was this the last one? Yep. Oh wait, no. We got, this is the last one.
That was the last one. That's the last one.
No, it's his women's one. How much longer will it take for women's sports to get a rise in pay and viewership? 3 to 5 years, 5 to 7 years, or 7+ years?
7+ years. And we had that conversation yesterday. They have to get better with the marketing aspect and the PR aspect of their game. And I don't know how knowledgeable they are of that. Like, until people start to see your game on their phones where everybody is watching, the YouTube aspect, the social media aspect, until we start to see it on that platform, your game will not grow. And I don't think they will notice that until years down the line.
I don't know, bro. I think 7+ years is a long time. With the way more male athletes are getting behind the initiative, like with the way their platform is rising with social media and stuff now, the way they can talk on outlets like I Am Athlete and stuff, more people are becoming aware of the situation. It's just, when is the action going to take place? And I feel like because 7+ years, that's too long. I voted 5 to 7. I feel 5 to 7 is a good window.
Because most people will say, yeah, get behind WNBA. But are they going to actually watch? Because you can say get behind WNBA all you want, but if you're not going to watch, like, nigga, what's the point? Like, you're not growing the game by telling me about this shit. Like, somebody has to actually watch it and give them the viewership to actually grow the game. And I feel like the WNBA should be doing their part with that by growing it, by doing the marketing and the social media shit. But if a player is going to tell somebody to, actually watch the game, they need to be watching the game as well. Like, Kobe was somebody who was good at that. He helped try to grow the game as well. Obviously, he had Gigi, but he was somebody who always tried to grow the game and was telling other people about it. But if you're just going to tell me to watch the WNBA and you not even watching, like, my nigga, what are we talking about? You don't even name me 5 players in the WNBA. Niggas wouldn't even be able to tell me that. So, fuck that. So I think it will take them 7+ years.
But I think the biggest key to all this, and I hope women don't get mad at me for saying this, but women, y'all gotta watch y'all shit more.
Oh, yes.
Like, women have to watch women's sports way more than what they do. If I ask the average woman basketball fan if they watch women's basketball, I promise y'all most of them gonna say no. Like, they watch the men's basketball, and that's probably about it. They might know 1 or 2 women's players because they're now like reporters for ESPN or NBA on TNT or stuff like that. But I feel it's the same way with certain women's sports fans. Like, if you ask them name 5 athletes, like, or you don't even gotta know their name. If I show you 5 women athletes, they probably won't know who you're talking about. Like, I can show 5 popular male basketball players to women's sports fans, and they'll know, like, even if they don't know the name, oh yeah, I see him all the time, or yeah, him. If I do that with the top 5 most popular women's NBA player WNBA players, they won't know who I'm showing them for the most part. They might know 1 player, so I feel women, y'all got to take that charge and push that shit way more than y'all do when it comes to the fans.
WNBA players.
Oh, I can't. I told. That's why I'm gonna start watching WNBA a lot more.
I think I can name 5 though. I got Skylar Diggins still in there.
Oh, yeah,
Sky. Still in there. Sue Bird, Breanna Stewart. We just talked about Breanna Stewart. Elena Deladon is still in there.
Okay, I know 4.
So I think that's 5. I know old girl who played for Arizona, left hand chick, Ari McDonald. Ari McDonald went to the league too. Ari McDonald had the league too.
Okay, so I know 4 for real. Now that you actually named them. But
Asia Wilson is in the league.
Yeah,
she won MVP last year. She played for South Carolina. So if you were big in college, I know you in the NBA or WNBA right now. So I'm just thinking like that. But yeah, those are like 6 players. So I named 5. I feel happy with myself.
I feel we all got.
We're gonna have to test ourselves. We're gonna have to test ourselves more throughout the season.
I'm really gonna watch. I'm really gonna watch for real. And even if I don't know players from every team, like I'm gonna try to at least know who's leading the league and who's in the front for the MVP race, who's playing the best defense. I'm gonna try to know key stuff like that. So that's how I'm gonna help on my part.
The goal is no 10 players. 10 players my next season.
10 players? I get 10 players.
No 10 players my next season. That's definitely the goal. Definitely the goal.
Especially if I already know like 4 by now. I could definitely know 10.
Now we got to do new niggas. You got to do new niggas. Those are 2.
Oh, new? Okay. New.
All right, man. Let's move on to social media wants to know. So I got one question. So we seen DK Metcalf run an Olympic event. I forgot what type of event it was. What event was that? Was it a 100? It was a 100 because it was just one side. It was just one side.
Yeah, it was either 100 or the 200, one or the other.
Yeah, so he was running in the 100 event, and bro, he was sliding. Even though he didn't win the event, he came in 9th. I think it was only 9 spots there, but he came in 9th, so he came in last. And a lot of people was trying to rag on him, like, "Oh man, you slow. Why you in that type of event and shit like that?" But a lot of NFL players came to his defense and said, "Man, like y'all don't understand how fast you have to be running with professional track runners, bro." And he's keeping up with them niggas. Like he was close at 9th. He was still close to everybody else. And I wanted to know, should more players be like DK if they're fast, obviously, and run in Olympic type events?
Most definitely. Shout out to Terrence Ware, my bro. He said that all the time. Like when we played in high school, him running track definitely helped him running in football because he can outrun everybody. Like he's conditioned to run at certain speeds or certain different types of ways and stuff like that. You see Tyreek Hill constantly runs track, and that helps him on the field. T.O. and Ocho, they said that helped them too. They did other shit too, but track definitely helped. T.O. is a big advocate for that. He said, hell yeah, running track definitely keeps you in shape. That helps keep you in shape no matter what sport you play. Just running and keeping your body well conditioned with breathing and running, that helps so much with any other sport you play.
Yeah, bro. And it's something that you can do over the off season, bro. So obviously a lot of people want to go on vacation, but playing or being a part of something big like the Olympics, like DK could have easily, if he would have came in like top 3, could have been in some Olympic type of event, like the legit Olympics, if he was really that caliber of speed. Like I feel like more players should definitely do it, especially the fast niggas, bro. I wouldn't be surprised.
The people that's ragging on him, I need y'all to understand. Did y'all forget about that play last season?
Running down Buddha.
He ran down Buddha in full pads, like the whole field. Y'all really finna act like that? Y'all know how fast you got to be to run like that in full pads? Like, come on now, bro. That's crazy.
That's crazy, bro. Because I feel like he would have did better in like if he was doing like a 400, like the whole lap. I feel like he would have actually would have been better suited for him. But just running 100, like I heard that he wasn't even trained for the event. He just went out there and ran. Like this nigga didn't even train for the 100. Like all of those other sprinters have trained for this. It's like certain gears that you have to get to at each part of the run. That DK, he doesn't know that shit. So I feel like if he would actually train for it, he would have beat a couple of them niggas and not came in last. So I feel like with some training, he could have been great.
Your head's supposed to be down for a good portion of the run anyway when you run in 100. Like you're not supposed to start and then boom, you're already like this. You're supposed to and then slowly rise up as you get closer to the end. So imagine if he did the little technique things that he needed to work on and then did it. He probably would have finished like 6th or 5th or something like that.
Yeah, bro. So I definitely advise more players to do that. That shit was lit, bro. That shit was lit. So definitely don't clown a nigga for doing something that niggas didn't think of. Like, bro, come on. That shit was getting on my nerves, dog. But let's move forward with entertainment and current events. First thing I wanted to talk about was this Jake Floyd and Floyd Mayweather shit, man. I got the clip.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Yes, sir.
Get the paperwork for this ball.
Get Al Hammond.
Absolutely. I don't need Al Hammond.
Let me call Al Hammond.
I'm my own boss. I'm my own boss.
One night. Got your hat.
What is this about? Like, why? It still doesn't make sense to me why he took it. It still don't make sense to me, bro, why he did that to that nigga, bro. But how do you feel about this? How you feel about this whole fight situation with Jake Paul and Floyd? Like, do you think Floyd should be doing this? Is this just a money grab? Like, why would you do this if you were Floyd?
It's just a money grab. Jake Paul ain't even the one fighting him. It's his brother Logan that's fighting him. Jake Paul, the Paul brothers are smart as hell. Like, they're marketing geniuses. They're already successful. It's not like they're doing this for clout or doing this for money. They already get money on their own with the YouTube shit and the sponsorship shit that they got on their own. And they box on their own in like an amateurish type of way anyway. So they get their own bags. Jake Paul is just doing this to, just get more money to build more fans, build up the hype for the fight more and shit for his brother and all of that. But with Floyd, this is definitely a money grab. The fight doesn't count towards his record. So if we
which
finally
is weird, like, why doesn't it count?
Because Floyd old now, bro. Floyd old.
My question is, if Floyd was to lose this fight, this is going to tarnish his legacy. If Floyd loses, this will tarnish his legacy. Even though this is a money grab and it won't be a loss on your record. Niggas will remember this. I remember your ass got knocked out by Floyd. I remember your ass got knocked out by Logan Paul.
That's why he made sure it don't count against his record, because boy, Floyd is the greatest defensive fighter we've ever seen. So if Floyd, now you damn near 50, bro. Come on now. And Mike Tyson great at 50, but hey, Mike Tyson even said everybody got a plan until they get punched in the mouth. Like, what if Floyd actually start getting some hits on him and the YouTube sensation is the one that do it? Floyd made sure, hey, look, make sure this don't count against my record. If a real boxer did this shit to me, it'll probably be more respectful if I lost then. But if a YouTuber is the reason I got my first loss, that shit over.
But that's what I'm saying, though, bro. Even if it doesn't count toward his record, niggas will still remember this shit, though, bro. Even though he will still technically be 50-0, niggas will remember, like, well, I remember y'all guys got knocked out by Logan Paul ass, my nigga. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, even though this doesn't count toward him, this can still tarnish his legacy, my nigga. So I wouldn't be so quick to do this shit. Floyd isn't losing to this nigga. But I'm saying, what if he was to lose to this nigga? I'm like, Floyd, like, I don't run it.
That would break the internet.
I don't know.
that would really break the internet for real.
Bro, like, he's top 5 all time. Like, some people could say top 3. Like, Muhammad Ali, he up there with Muhammad Ali. Like, Floyd is one of the greatest we ever seen. And you get knocked out by a YouTuber? Excuse me? Like, no, bro.
Muhammad Ali, Roy Jones Jr., and Floyd. That's probably my top 3.
Yeah. I'm telling you, Floyd is top 3, top 5 boxing.
And Mike Tyson top 4.
Mike Tyson could be 2. Mike took 2.
I was about to say Mike Tyson 2. Yeah, I ain't gonna get no number right now, but that would be my 4. Yeah,
Mike Tyson 2. I would have Floyd 3 over Roy Jones, honestly. I would have Floyd.
Yeah. That's why I said no numbers. It'll be like Ali 1, Mike Tyson 2, Floyd 3, Roy Jones 4, and whoever else I can think of at 5.
Yes, sir. All right, bro. Let's move on. Ellen done? What's going on with Ellen? She done in her 19th season?
Yeah, bro. After 2022, the Ellen DeGeneres show will cease to exist. It will be done. She said it's due to the fact that it's not a challenge anymore. Like, creatively, it's not a challenge to her. Almost 20 years in the game doing this shit. She's like, as an artist, as an entertainer, like, once you hit that stump of where you feel like you're not being challenged, you want to do something else. And she feels like she's hit that hump now. But a lot of people are saying it's because of the backlash she's been getting over the past 2 years.
That's what I was going to ask you. Because I remember, like, a couple of years ago, what did she get caught up for? What did she get caught up for?
Just mistreatment in the workplace with a lot of her workers, whether it was racism or just being treated poorly. Like, they said whether it was her or just the company of hers as a whole, it was just not a good place to work at. So it's all of that backlash, plus the fact that she might just be creatively bored with the shit now.
And just start on that first point of going back to the misconduct or whatever. I thought she was going to stop back then. I thought that was going to, like, really tear down her legacy. But Ellen is such a big show that a lot of people was like, we're just gonna push that shit to the side. It's Ellen. Yeah. Ellen done been on TV since early 2000s. Like, niggas wasn't just gonna diss Ellen. But if that would have been anybody else, you mistreating in the workplace, especially in this cancel culture, like, bro, you would have been done. But Ellen had, like, too big of a fan base at that point. And I can see from a creative standpoint why she would be done. Because that's the same thing with J. Cole. That's why J. Cole is hooping at this point, because he feels like he's starting to run out of motivation when it comes with the rapping shit. So you find there's something else like a basketball, which was honestly his first love before the rap shit. And that's honestly, the basketball is really reinvigorating him in the rap shit. So finding that second love can really help you on your first path and your first love. And that's something that J. Cole is finding out right now, and something that Ellen could potentially see moving forward.
And with J. Cole, I think the same thing is with Kendrick, and even to a certain extent with Drake. Even though Drake drops more music than both of them, and he's more relevant and on the scene more than both of them, even Drake has this issue. Those are just entertainers that they were born in the wrong era, bro, for music. Like they're alive right now.
What do you mean by that?
This, like they honestly, J. Cole does not feel like dead ass. He does not feel like there's a challenge musically for him. You got a few niggas like Kendrick and Drake who can really step with J. Cole, but all the older niggas, like if Cole was like hot in the early 2000s, or if Cole was hot in the 90s, he would probably be way more motivated to always drop music because the competition felt so much so much deeper. Same thing with Kendrick. That's why Kendrick don't really drop like that, because Kendrick, like, bro, I drop way too much hot shit like to compete with. No offense, because I love niggas like Lil Baby, but with Lil Baby and Dirks and all these new niggas, to where it's like y'all all rapping about the same shit. Y'all ain't really got too many different styles. Like niggas like Cole, Kendrick, and Drake, they chill for a long time and then drop, as opposed to dropping every 5 months, dropping every year. Like, because it's like, if I do that, I'm gonna run out of shit. Like, I really need to take a break, because if I don't take a break, I'm only gonna drop for like 3 or 4 years, and I ain't gonna have shit else to say.
But I would have said Cole was born in the wrong era, because I feel like you still need his sound in the era that we are in now. In the era filled with little Uzis, filled with little babies, you need that switch up in that retro feel with niggas like Kendrick and the niggas that's really talking that conscious shit, or really giving you that retro feel. And I feel like that's what Kendrick, the Wale's, like rappers are giving you that 90s feel still, even though, you know what I'm saying, they're in the 2020s at this point. Like, we need rappers like that. We just can't all have little babies and little Uzis, because you're gonna get tired of that shit. You need to have some type of switch up. So I wouldn't say that he was born in the wrong era. I say he was born in the right era, because he's needed in this type of generation.
You got a point. You're right. He is needed.
And Cole is the people's champ, bro. Like, a lot of people can say, and I say it all the time, that Kendrick is probably the greatest rapper, like rapping nigga of this generation, but Cole is the people's champ, my nigga. Like, everybody loves J. Cole. Everybody don't love Kendrick. Everybody don't love Drake, but most people love J. Cole, bro. Like, whether it's his stories, the relatability, niggas love J. Cole, and he's the people's champ, my nigga. So that nigga was needed in a generation like this.
Yeah, Drake is the hit maker, Kendrick is the activist rapper, and Cole is the people's champ, like you said. The unsung hero. He's that rapper.
Yeah, for sure, bro. All right, man, let's move on to women on coins. Maya Angelou gonna be on a coin, bro. Give us some information on that, bro. I think I got an article pulled up.
I'll let's pull it up real quick.
All right, let me see.
You got it. All right. Before you pull it up, then I'll start. But basically, the U.S. Mint and Joe Biden and a couple other people in the Senate have been talking, and they're basically saying that by next year, 2022, all the way until 2025, you will see people like Harriet Tubman and other Black historical figures, or just historical figures in general, on the backside of quarters. It will, as still you can be see right same, here, right? It still will be the same heads on quarters, but on the tail end of the quarter, you'll see people like that. So I think that's very cool. We still have yet to get Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill, though. That was promised. That was promised by Obama. Obama did say by 2020 we should have Harriet Tubman on the bill, but due to Donald Trump and then COVID and all that shit, that did get put to a halt. But hopefully next year we get Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill too. So I hope that shit happens. Actually, if Harriet is on the $20 bill, it has not been put into mainstream society yet. So hopefully we see Harriet on Harriet and Maya Angelou and many other Black historical figures on these coins and whatnot, because we built this country. We deserve to be on the damn coins and shit.
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to be all Black people, because they say it's going to be Maya Angelou and also Sally Ride as well. And I think that she's a mixed astronaut. They said they will be honored on quarters. and they said they will feature 20 American women. The writer and poet Maya Angelou and the astronaut Sally Ride, the first American woman to fly in space, are the first women who will appear on a series of quarters to be issued by the U.S. Mint over the next 4 years. Each woman will be honored on the reverse or tail side of the coins, which will enter circulation in January as part of the American Women Quarters program. The head side of the coin will feature a new design of George Washington. Yeah, and there was also just diving deeper into the article, it was some other prominent women like Billie Jean King and also Tam O'Shaughnessy, who's a partner of Dr. Ride, who love this idea of just featuring women on quarters, bro, or featuring them just in general on coins and just giving them more props for their feats and what they did. So I definitely appreciate that shit. Definitely appreciate
I love it. I just hope they actually do it. We've been waiting for that Harriet bill for so long. Niggas ready to throw Harriet. I don't think
we're gonna get that Harriet bill. I don't think we're gonna get that Harriet bill.
They'll put us on coins before they put us on bills.
That's what I'm saying. They're gonna put Harriet on a coin. I don't think Harriet gonna be on a 20. When Obama was in there, Obama probably would have did it, but nah. Biden ain't worried about putting Tubman on a damn 20. Nah, that nigga ain't worried about that.
Hey, this is the moment where we need Kamala to step up and be the VP for real. Hey, come on now. You need to tap Joe and put some black women power in there. Come on now, that's what we need you for. This the type of shit.
That's facts. That's facts. All right, man. Let's move on. We out of gas in the U.S. My nigga, what's going on? We got a gas shortage, a chicken shortage. What's going on? A crab shortage? What's going on,
bro? Y'all added the ass with this damn Popeye sandwich. Y'all added the ass with this damn toilet paper. I will still never understand the toilet paper shit.
Because there was never a shortage for toilet paper. That shit made no sense.
The shit didn't make sense because coronavirus had nothing to do with you shitting.
Nothing to do with toilet paper.
Just because you got to stay in the house, that don't mean you going to be shitting all day. Like, oh my God, the toilet paper shit was just so stupid to me.
And now
y'all dumbasses is overbuying gas. Like the reason there's a gas shortage right now, because it's at least in Florida anyway, I don't know about the rest of the country, is because you motherfuckers are panic buying the gas. Like, no, don't do that. And do y'all not know gas can go bad? Like, you can't just have gas just sitting in your garage for however the fuck long and just put it in your car. Like, no, that's stupid as hell. You're wasting money at that point. So all y'all people buying, I don't know about all that. I don't know about that now.
I heard you can freeze it.
But all you motherfuckers buying 5 gallons of gas. What's the article you read yesterday?
What's the article you had told me about Georgia? What happened in Georgia?
Oh, Georgia. I just heard because we was in Georgia. Like, I forgot the article I read, but I heard people in Georgia saying it too, that pipelines in Georgia were actually fucked up. So in Georgia, it really might be a gas shortage for real. But in Florida, calm y'all ass down. Y'all really acting like Floridians right now with all this extra shit y'all doing. So just calm the fuck down.
Niggas doing way too much, bro. I seen somebody get a whole goddamn trash can and fill that bitch all with gas. Like,
niggas
what are y'all niggas doing?
Niggas are filling gas. Oh my God. Oh my God. You want to see how dumb the human species is? You want to see how dumb the human species is? Put a panic mode in and see what the fuck everybody. Thank you, Denisha. It doesn't affect Florida at all. It was just one of the pipelines got hacked, and that's all it was. Thank you so much.
I don't know what the fuck going on. It's funny because I didn't hear any information about a shortage, but I just started seeing on Instagram and Twitter like niggas is putting gas, like had 4 or 5 bottles of gas cans and they putting gas in there. So I'm like, what are niggas doing? Why are people doing this? And I was in AutoZone today and somebody came in and got 4 or 5 gas cans. They was finna go and get some damn gas. I'm like, what are y'all niggas doing? Like, we really finna have a shortage for real.
My dad told me to get gas yesterday. He was like, fill your tank up. I was like, okay. I did not do that shit. I'm not gonna do that dumb ass shit. My gas tank is straight. My gas tank's straight right now. So if some shit did happen to where we was running out of gas around here, I got enough gas to last me. But I'm not putting that shit on full. Just for 2 weeks to be everything back to normal. No.
Yeah.
She said it will affect some of the East Coast. That's what I'm saying. Like, some states probably will have a gas shortage, but if your state is not one of those places yet, please calm the fuck down.
Niggas is not even reading what the fuck going on. They just hearing shit. They just hearing shit just going.
Niggas just look on social media, gas shortage. Hey, babe, let's go fill up.
Hey, we gotta roll up.
Where are y'all going with all this gas? Where are y'all going? I'm driving
Y'all can't
everywhere.
y'all can't be going to y'all apartment buildings with these fucking gas in the garage, bro. Y'all gonna blow the fucking whole damn apartment
Hey,
down.
just be prepared. Just be prepared for the article that says Florida man ... and y'all gonna know what the rest is.
I can see it, bro. I can see it. All right, but let's move on to Venom. Let There Be Carnage trailer. So we're gonna play the trailer. We're gonna react to it. Y'all definitely sit back and relax because this shit was good. Like I'm hyped for this shit now at this point.
I ain't even see this shit yet, so I'm definitely ready.
You ain't see this shit? Oh man. Put this bitch on fast.
I say either. You guys say either. I say neither. And I say neither. Neither, neither. Let's call the whole thing off. Ta-da! Catch up.
Excuse me.
Yummy.
Good evening, Eddie.
Hey, Mrs. Chen.
Good evening, Venom.
Function Hall, Mrs. Chen.
He says hi.
One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do.
I've been thinking about you, Eddie.
Two can be as bad as one. It's the loneliest number.
Because you and I are the same. Every decision we ever make, who do we leave behind? And how do we leave them? Waiting in the darkness for the rescuer who never comes. Welcome back, Eddie Brock. It's been a long time. Miss you so much. Soon come chaos. Chaos soon come.
One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do.
The chocolate delivery hasn't arrived yet.
No!
We had a deal.
What's gonna happen? You gonna stop protecting me?
I am happy to eat, Mrs. Chen.
No, you cannot eat, Mrs. Chen.
What?
Nothing?
So that is how the new Venom Let There Be Carnage trailer looks. That shit got me hyped. I'm excited to see that shit. I want to see how they really do the Carnage. Like, are they going to make his personality? Because he's a serial killer. We have to remember, if y'all don't know Carnage, he's a serial killer. That's why he's in jail, and that's how he's going to eventually get a hold of the Venom symbiote and become Carnage. He's a serial killer. I want him to actually act like a serial killer and just kill every fucking thing walking. Like, I don't want him to give a fuck. Just kill everything. I want that shit to be his personality for real, bro. But what was your first reaction?
I hope so too. Hey, this was my first reaction. I love Woody Harrelson. Woody Harrelson is a great actor. I feel like, is it a reach to have him playing Carnage?
I was thinking the same thing.
I can't think of anyone else right now. Now that I've looked at it and seen that it's him, I don't know how he'll do. I know he's a great actor. He'll probably do a very good job. I feel like they could have picked somebody younger, and I feel like they just could have picked better than Woody Harrelson for that part. But hopefully he does it justice. He's probably going to be in the Carnage mode anyway for most of the movie. So I ain't really too stressed about it.
Yeah. So I want to know how it ties into Spider-Man, because in some articles I was reading, I heard that they're not going to know of Spider-Man in this movie, and they're not going to mention Spider-Man. But I know that they're going to eventually cross Venom, Carnage, and Spider-Man in future movies. So I'm like, how y'all niggas going to entangle all of these characters is what I really want to see, my nigga. So that might not be shown in this movie, but I'm looking forward to that shit.
Multiverse shit, bro. They might not hear about it.
I heard that too.
They honestly might not know about them in this universe, but if we go deep with this multiverse shit that Marvel is trying to do, niggas might cross paths. They might only cross paths one time for one movie or whatever, but they might cross paths for real. So who knows?
Because that could be the same way they bringing back Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx coming back from the Andrew Garfield one, and also they bringing back Doc Ock from the Tobey Maguire one. So I'm like, oh yeah, these niggas could all be in different multiverses at this point.
Because they're showing the Ravencroft institution. Yeah. So we're getting some Sinister Six type shit in the near future. Like they're going to do that shit for real. So you can't have the Sinister Six and not have Spider-Man. That's not gonna work.
Yeah. And I know to beat Carnage, they usually have like a Spider-Man and Venom actually teaming up to beat Carnage. So I don't think Venom wins in this movie. Like Carnage looked like a fucking beast. Like the effects that they had on that nigga, like he had like a knife on every like tentacle of his body. That shit look nuts. That shit definitely look nuts, my nigga.
Denisha, you gotta stop being scared. You gotta stop being scared. It's talking about this shit.
Yeah, that shit not really gonna be that scary, especially if you watch Venom 1.
And I think it's rated PG-13 for this one too, right?
And I was rated R because dude a serial killer, so they know he finna be
crazy. This one rated. Yeah, this shit finna be crazy for real. This shit finna be crazy for real.
Yeah, this shit definitely finna go crazy. All right, man. Let's move on to J. Cole freestyle. Like you had said earlier, on and off the court, this nigga is going crazy, and he dropped the freestyle earlier today. I'm only gonna play the second one that he rapped. Well, I'm telling you, this nigga went crazy.
Yeah, rest shit. Woo. Wow. Let's do it, baby.
Wow.
That's crazy. He got a hot hand. Let's do it, baby.
Hold on.
And I want y'all to actually look at the full first one, because the first one was
rapping today, man.
Understatement.
You fucking with this right here?
Classic.
Y'all young
classic
niggas
shit only, man.
This beat is legendary.
LA Lakers.
Yeah.
This beat legendary.
J. Cole.
Woke up this morning and wonder, hey shit, I get fresh as shit. I keep it humble. My closet like Dover Street used to be bumming. Some days I'm still bumming. The difference is now it's by choice. Got just a peek out the window. These little niggas different. They don't play Nintendo. They play with extendos. I hope you can limbo. That chopper gon' spin you around like a judge on a voice. I'm from a city where most niggas never get lucky enough to see something outside county limits. I ran up the ditches. I don't have no motherfucking business. Complain about nothing. Ain't got no time and no patience for lists they be making. Or who they debating is better. Let's face it, he one of the greatest. No Bill Cosby shit, but if niggas is sleeping, then fuck 'em. Most niggas don't understand me. I don't do the Grammys. I be in my jammies on sofa. Most niggas don't understand me. Ferrari or Camry, I bet I look good in them both. Most niggas don't even get this cold. How you on top, but you don't got no bitches, I know. Most niggas don't even get this. To giving a chance, they trade family for riches, I know. Look at my ceiling, it's endless. I'm sick of these bitch niggas feeling the sentence. It ain't enough vitamin C in they system to get rid of me. I'm a killer, relentless. On top, but I sound like I'm still in the trenches. I come from the villa, I turn villains to victims. Reaches the RIP, fill up your missions. A message for niggas that's feeling ambitious. How come a nigga still ain't into this pride? Ah, you bitch, all season coming May 14th. Fuck all y'all niggas, it's over for you.
All season coming out on Friday, May 14th.
You heard that, right?
Let's fucking go, bro. You want to hear the first part, bro? You want to go through the first part?
Yeah, we can.
For sure, the rest should wear my vest. Yeah, rest assured, the best is here in the flesh, and that's for sure. The rest should wear my vest. I'm set for war, nigga, press record. I send niggas to address the Lord. Same flow to put your neck to sword. The same flow to just undress your whore. Take over, nigga, check the score. This is chess, better check your boy. Who gave the world more fire but got less reward? No stress, my only guess is that less is more. More or less 100 G.
That nigga said, who gave the world more fire but got less reward? Come on, dog. This is what I mean.
He's in my dresser drawer. I'm blessed. Hope I arrest. Don't arrest me for it. I'm new to it. My new crib got the Times Square view to it. While two bitches lay in my bed, I'm used to it. That's your best friend giving me head. Now you do it. See, mommy, it's not so weird. After I hit, I cut you off like Picasso ear. Van Gogh or whoever. Goddamn, Cole, you're too clever. Like a fucking James Brown sample. You're too ever. Times 2, that's forever. More treble. Meaning more high-end shit on your level. Put the fear God in niggas. I'm pure devil. Walking contradiction, my description, off the top magician, compositions, non-fiction, shit it in the competitions, pot the piss and gone, so long, Saturdays a nigga use some more lawns, nowadays a nigga be eating prawns, fuck my bitch by the window, wave to the peeping toms, yes I'm Carolina's finest, southern nigga with New York stamps, honest, out in Queens with the fiends, I'm your highness, cold world, don't mistake looking for a sinus infection. At this point, I'm just flexing. Boss is next in line, and the test is time. Play the game right, nigga, he gon' rest his mom. In the sands of Sudan, where she rests her mind and find peace, cause the sun'll be fine. He got the city on his back, and I got him on mine. You think I'm lying? Shit. Step one, got the villa on that. Shit I predicted in my raps, I done did all that. Next, please. Eat rappers, check, please. Here's a tip why niggas grip my testes. You want shoot, then shoot, don't play with me. Hardest shit out the South since slavery, nigga. Hardest shit out the South since slavery, nigga.
Yo, I'm really not tripping that we waited 12 years anymore.
Oh, man. That shit is nuts, my nigga.
Cold world,
my nigga.
Cold world, bro.
And I told bro earlier today, that's mixtape Cole. I just talked about Friday Night Lights when he got on them classic beats when it was the warm up and Friday Night Lights, and he just was rapping, my nigga. That was mixtape Cole, my nigga. That's why I fell in love with this nigga, bro. He's got way more conscious now with the conscious rap, but when he just can just rap over a beat about anything, it's a lot of niggas not touching Cole, bro. He could be the GOAT of this shit.
It's so many bars, bro. That nigga said, I'm 2 times 2, that's 4 ever. Like, what? Come on, bro. The nigga crazy, bro. He said they got the city on their back and I got them on mine. Like, what? Like, who said that? Like that? Like, what? Yeah, you got a city on your back, nigga, but I got you on my back. Like, what?
That shit was crazy. He said niggas don't play with Nintendos. Them niggas play with extendos. He said the chopper spin you around your block like the damn. He said like the judge on The Voice. Come on, my nigga. That shit was nuts, my nigga. Cold World, my nigga. I'm hyped for this album. I wish the whole album was like that. Like, if that nigga was just rapping, I wish it was like that. I don't think we're going to get that, but I'm still excited as fuck for this album, my nigga. All season, May 14th. Y'all definitely better check it out. Y'all already know what the deal is. All right, bro, let's move on to Pass the Ox. Eggert, man, what you got for Song of the Week?
Pass the Ox, what I got? Ugh. I don't know, bro. I've been listening to everything this week. I've been on Meek Mill kind of heavy, though. I'll probably go with Heaven or Hell, Meek Mill featuring Jadakiss.
Bro, you put me on that Gangsta's Pain by damn Money Bag. I was listening to that shit the whole week, my nigga. That Waukesha slide. But if Pain was a person, been the one that I really been sliding on. So if Pain was a person, was the one. And Time Today was also a crazy one. But if Pain was a person, is one I'm gonna rock with, my nigga. But Money Bag right now, it's May. He got the album of the year. From what I heard, he has the album of the year.
He got album of the year right now.
It's only gonna be for 2 more days though, because you know Cole coming next, and then Drake coming after that. Shit,
I don't give a fuck what niggas talk about. This summer finna be crazy. Bag already got a hot project. Cole coming, Drake coming. Migos dropping tomorrow too. Tomorrow night on Friday. So the same time Cole dropped, Migos dropping a single. Nicki dropping some shit. Kodak dropping an album. Like, bro. It's summertime, nigga. We finna start getting shit for real. Shit finna come back to back. We finna have Culture 3, the off season, Certified Lover Boy. Like it's this shit finna be crazy, dog.
That shit, it will be nuts, my nigga. And I think Kendrick gonna drop. It's been long awaited. Been 4 years. I think we're gonna see a Kendrick album by the end of this year, bro. So this shit finna be one hell of a year for music, my nigga. For sure. All right, man, let's move on to movie and show reviews. Y'all already know that we got movie and show reviews coming out. We just reviewed Mitchell's versus Machines today, so that will be coming out on Friday. Y'all definitely check that out. That's the movie on Netflix. That shit was great. We both gave it a 10 out of 10. Y'all definitely check out the review for that shit. That shit was fire. We got Spiral that's coming out soon. We got Yasuke on that anime on Netflix. I'm gonna watch that this weekend. Should be up by Monday. We got a lot of shit coming. What else we got coming, bro?
We gotta do Without Remorse, Concrete Cowboy. What else we got? What else? Drake been talking about the albums. COVID stopped a lot of shit. She doing this on purpose. She doing this to get out. I'm giving J. Cole a lot of flowers today. You can at least be nice to Drake. Thank you. What else we got? We got some other shit too. There's some other shit we got.
I wrote that shit down. Hold on, give me 1 second. I got Quiet Place 2. That's what I'm most excited. That's what I'm most excited for, bro. Quiet Place 2 comes out. I think it comes out in late May. Oh boy. Quiet Place 1 was fire. So
Yes.
I'm high expectations for Quiet Place 2. We still got to do Concrete Cowboy 2. I got to watch that soon. Got to do Concrete Cowboy. And I think that's it. So we're going to just build on top of that. And also give us you guys' suggestions, what you guys want us to review. We already got a suggestion for Yasuke and Concrete Cowboy. So those will be the next two that we do after we release Mitchell's vs. Machine. So definitely rock with us. All right, bro. I think you can hit them with the social media.
You can follow us on Twitter at QE Podcast 1. You can follow us on Instagram at QANDE Podcast. You can follow and like our Facebook page, Q and Sign E Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's spelled the same way. Be sure to click that notification bell so you can see anytime that we drop new episodes. And our email, QANDE Podcast at gmail.com for any business inquiries, questions, or concerns.
Yes, and subscribe to all of our podcast platforms. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Y'all definitely rock with us. We're wherever you listen to podcasts. So definitely subscribe and check us out. Subscribe to the YouTube Q and Sign E Podcast. And also subscribe to my YouTube. Just type in Quincy Hicks into the search bar and definitely subscribe. We appreciate you guys for listening. And we out. Peace.